Okay. Good evening, everyone. Let me just shuffle these cards while I'm waiting on TikTok to do its thing. And then we can get started. Let me just see if I can adjust this light a little bit. Yeah. Oh, it's a little bit brighter. Maybe a bit too bright. I hope everyone has had a wonderful Monday. And I'm hoping that TikTok works all right. Sometimes it gets a bit glitchy, but hopefully I don't have to restart this again. It's a bit slow today, so I may have to restart and try again, but we'll see how it goes. If you can see and hear me, please let me know. Yay. Okay, I think TikTok's loaded. Or should I say we are loaded and ready to go. So hopefully it all works out and it doesn't get glitchy and stick. Good evening, everyone. And welcome. Good evening, Nog. Hello. Yes, we've got comments coming in. Yay. Lovely to see everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, Saman. Hello. Okay, I am going to try and get as many readings done tonight as I can. Please be patient. For those that don't know me, I'm the Mystic Witch, i.e. also known as Lady Moonlight. I am registered blind, so reading comments can be a little bit of a challenge, but I do get there, so please be patient. I am always try to get round as many people as I can with my readings. Lovely to meet you too. Good evening, Rosie. Yay, Rosie's in the room. So what I normally do on my lives is I normally ask people to share their favorite images because I can see images a lot better than I can sometimes words, etc. And then whatever imagery I am drawn to, I'll do a reading for that person. Now, I usually do about 2 or 3 hours worth of readings, but my readings do get busy, and I appreciate that not everyone will get a reading. However, if you follow me while you're on my live, if you don't get a reading, go to my profile, and on my profile I have a pinned post which is called Readings List. Simply comment card please. Make sure that I'm following you back before commenting. I went through 50 years of abuse and bullying, and my ex's family often tried to get on my TikTok and leave nasty comments. So my comments are limited to friends and family only. So if you do follow me, please be patient. I will follow everyone back. However, on saying that, for the guys in the room, if I follow you back and you're jumping in, hi, how are you, where are you from, all of this, you may well get blocked. I'm not here on TikTok to chit chat to guys. I'm in a loving relationship, thank you. My job here on TikTok is to help as many people as I can. I'm a support for support, so if you support my TikTok, I always go and support yours back in return. It's called giving and taking. Hello. Thank you everyone for the likes and the follows. So I will try and get round everybody, but if I don't get round and you don't get a reading tonight, I will be back on Wednesday evening doing more live readings. And I also do my profile readings. So you can go to my profile and ask for a card for my profile readings as well. So that's just letting you know a little bit about me. If I do miss comments or questions, I wish I could answer everybody's questions and do readings for absolutely everybody that comes on my live. But TikTok's a big place and there's a lot of people, but I do try and get round as many people as I can. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, Elaine. Hello, Serena. Okay. Please be respectful as well, because if you're coming on my live and being disrespectful, I do have a few moderators on tonight. And if the moderator don't block you for being disrespectful, I sure as heck will. It's a peaceful, I like my lives to be peaceful. So please be respectful, everyone. Okay, so if everyone can share some emojis, and then I will choose my very first person to read for. So who do we have? Let's start sharing your favorite emojis. Thank you. I am actually growing out my color. I used to have purple hair, but I'm growing grey gracefully. Thank you. Okay, let's do Zoe with the rainbows. Okay, so if everyone comments just until I do Zoe's, and then we will pick another card. Now, sometimes during my card readings, I will get names coming through or messages coming through from Spirit. Now, for example, I'm doing Zoe's card just now, but I may get a message comes through that's not for Zoe, but I'll always shout out the message anyway. And if anyone in the room can take that message, please shout out and let me know. Sometimes when I'm reading for one person, Spirit may see you in the room and want to shout out messages. And when they do, I always shout out what I hear from Spirit. So just to let you all know. Okay, so we'll do Beautiful Zoe with the rainbows first. Please tap the screen. All your taps and likes help to get all of my readings out to as many people as I possibly can. All my readings online and my profile readings are free. So please be patient, everyone. Okay, tapping the screen means that TikTok push out my lives to more people and I can help more people. So thank you. Oh, thank you everyone for the likes. Jill just became top viewer. Thank you. Thank you everyone for the likes and the gifts. I never ask for gifts, but I do appreciate those that do gift. I do free readings just because I want to help so many people. So those that do gift, thank you so much. Zoe, you have the Four of Pentacles, okay? I feel that in the past, you may have been in control of your finances and your money. However, we are in a time where we are having to penny pinch, as it were. Life and finances, bills are going up for the winter, food prices are just crazy right now, etc. And everybody is feeling the pinch. And suddenly we feel that instead of being comfortable around money, we have to actually pull in the purse strings and change the way that we look at money and finances and how we can best manage it. So when the Four of Pentacles comes into your cards, it's asking you to change the way that you look at your finances. When you're used to doing your finances one way, you have it all up here in your head. But when things get tough and tight, it's difficult to change everything in your head. The best way to deal with it then is to write down, what money have you got coming in? What bills do you have to pay? And what money is going out? And then what's left over from that? With the money that's left over, split that in half. Use half of it for a treat, and the other half put away for a rainy day. That way, when higher bills come along, you've got a little bit of extra to help you along that life's way. It's the best way to adjust your finances at this time. Also remember that we can manifest what we want in life as well. So if we want more abundance, we can ask the universe, please help me to get more abundance, more finances. Maybe you want that better job, better wages. Again, ask the universe. And then imagine that you've applied for your dream job and you get that letter through the door that says, congratulations, you've been successful in your application. How does that make you feel reading that, right? Hold on to that feeling every single day. Keep asking the universe every single day and let the universe know, I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of success, and watch the magic happen. It's not just about asking the universe and forgetting about it. It's asking it, seeing it in your own mind as if it's already happened, feeling it within. How do you feel now that you've got that abundance? Holding on to that feeling, that excitement, that joy, until such times as the universe delivers that finance and that abundance to you. We all have the power and the ability to manifest. We just need to know how sometimes. So Zoe, I hope that that has helped. Hello. Does Mark have feelings for you? Regarding relationships, I have a lot of questions from people about relationships. How does this person feel about me? Does this person love me? Does this person not love me, or whatever? But the only person that can really know that deep down is yourself. Because we have to listen to our intuition. Even if it's a case of speaking to the person that you love and being honest and saying, this is how I feel. Let me know, please, how you feel. Do you feel the same? Please be honest with me. But while you're asking that person, look into their eye as well. The eyes never lie. And if the person that you're asking cannot answer you and give you eye-to-eye contact and they look away, chances are you feel more for them than what they do for you. But if they can, hand on heart, look you in the eye to eye, and say, I absolutely adore you just as much as you adore me, you've got your answer. And your gut feeling and your intuition will tell you. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these images and pick another name. While I'm shuffling these cards, I'm getting a middle-aged man in spirit by the name of David. So if anyone can take a David in spirit who he's letting me know it wasn't his time to pass, if that makes sense to anyone. But there is a David in spirit who passed away well before his time. So if anyone can take that. Doesn't matter if they can't. I've just got this David coming through. Hello, Hazel. Lovely to see you as well. Hello, Stephen. Okay, let's see who I'm going to pick next. And again, as I said, if anyone can take the name David, young man, I would say middle-aged. I feel he didn't make it to his 50s. If anyone can take this David that is in spirit, that passed before his time, please let me know. If not, it doesn't matter. He's just shouting out his name. Hello, Lucy. Hello, Danny. Okay, let's choose the next person for a reading. Who are we gonna have? Share those emojis, everyone. Nice to see you as well. Lovely to see so many people coming in. Thank you. Okay, let's have a look. Who have we got? Oh, the pumpkins. Let's do Fred Dixon with the pumpkins. It is the season of the witch after all. So let's do Fred Dixon. Could everyone please hold off the emojis until we've done Fred? And then we can share the emojis again. Please be respectful when I'm reading for others. It just helps me to concentrate a little bit more. I will try and get round everybody. Hello, Jill. I will try and get round everyone. Yay. Okay, Fred, let's have a look and see what the cards have to say for you. I'm using my Old Faithfuls tonight just because the Spirit have drawn me to use my Old Faithfuls. Okay, let's shuffle these cards for Fred. Please do tap the screen, everyone. Your tapping the screen gets me more likes gets me more shares. If you're not already following, please feel free to follow me. I always follow back and support. I'm a support for support, so for everyone that follows and supports my videos, I always go to your videos and support back. That's the magic of TikTok, is supporting each other. Okay, your card, my dear, is the Four of Cups. Cups represents emotions. And I feel that you want to move forward with your life, but you're kind of stuck at a crossroads. And you feel it's a little bit difficult to move forward. There have been past hurt, I feel. People or situations in your past have caused you a lot of hurt or distress. Maybe people that you've put your heart and soul and trust in have actually deceived you. Maybe you've tried different things and they've kind of gone wrong, and it's kind of knocked your confidence a little bit. So you've built up these walls, you've built up these barriers. And it's these barriers that are stopping you from moving forward because you're still holding on to the emotions of the past. So when this card comes into your reading, it's asking you, write down the things that have blocked you in the past or hurt you in the past. Doesn't matter if it takes you a long time to write them down. The important thing is getting them out of here and onto paper, and then burn them, cast the ashes to the wind, or bury them. It's entirely up to you. But know that when you burn them and you cast the ashes or you bury the ashes, you're letting go of the past. And once you do that, don't give it a second thought. The past is called the past for a reason, because it's past. Every second we live, that second is then in the past. So we can't go back and change things. We can learn lessons from the past so that we don't make those mistakes again in the present and the future. But we should never ever hold on to hurt or deceit, etc. from the past. We should always try and let it go. Once you've done that and once you've healed from the past, tell yourself every day, there is nothing that I cannot do. I am so worthy of abundance. I am so worthy of success. But more importantly, I'm so worthy of love as well. And it's not a case of just saying those words every day. It's a case of meaning it. When you do that every single day, you break down the walls that you've built up. And once you've broken down those walls, that's when things start to improve for the better. That's when you can see clearly the road ahead. You'll know through past experiences the ones you can trust and the ones that you can't. That's the beauty of the past. We can learn from how others have treated us in the past, and we can know in the present and the future which people we should hold on to and which people we should avoid. Past brings us blessings, but they also bring us lessons as well. It's distinguishing between the lessons and the blessings. And that, and in turn, will enable you to move forward, if this makes sense for you. So I hope that helps. Oh, could somebody take David? Okay, My Life, My Love 5. My Life, My Love 5, are you still with us? My Life, My Love 5. Thank you, Stephen. Yes, please do tap the screen. Hello, Teresa Malone. My Life, My Love 5, are you still here? The one that said that they could take David. Hello, Luca. Okay, not a problem. Hopefully they'll come back and be able to take David. Okay, let's share those images, everyone, and let's see who I can pick next. Okay, let's shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Thank you so much, Lucy, for keeping me in the tow. Okay, who have we got? Oh, Stephen with the stars and the moon. Let's do Stephen. So if everyone can hold off the images until we've done Stephen's reading. Okay. I'm getting a message coming through now. I don't know if this is for Stephen because I'm shuffling Stephen's card, but I'm also getting this message through. Can anyone please take healing needed for a Gemma on the earth plane? There's a lady coming through and she's saying Gemma needs healing, and Spirit are sending this young girl called Gemma healing. So if anyone can take that, please let me know. Thank you for the roses. Hello, Oxy-G. I'm getting a lady in spirit, and this lady is saying, I am sending healing to Gemma. I feel there's someone on the earth plane by the name of Gemma that is needing a lot of healing just now. Thank you, Sarah. Now, it doesn't matter if anyone can't take that message. I have no idea who Gemma is, but Gemma is on the earth plane. This lady is telling me that this Gemma is on the earth plane. And I feel that there is an issue around this Gemma's health that's causing a lot of worry or concern among her friends and family. So if anyone can take that, please let me know. Okay, love Laura, your daughter is Gemma. Is she having issues just now, sweetheart? Is your daughter having health issues? Thank you, Stephen. Okay. Okay, well, it could be for both of you, sweetheart. I feel that, has your daughter gone through a lot? And is she quite young? This lady, has she got a grandmother in spirit? Because I feel it's a grandmother sending this Gemma healing. She's saying it's a grandmom, and she's saying this Gemma has gone through so much in such a short life, if that makes sense. And she doesn't like asking for help. She tries to struggle by herself, but she's keeping a lot of things within. So this is a Gemma that this lady is talking about. I feel this Gemma is young, she's not old, but I feel she's struggling. She's putting on a brave face, if that makes sense, but she's hiding a lot as well. She doesn't like to bother people. Okay. Love, Laura, I feel that this message is for you, honey, okay, because that fits this lady's, this grandmother's, does she have a grandmother, your 18-year-old daughter? Is there a grandmother that she was close to that's in spirit? Okay, it could very well be the great-grandmother then, okay? She's needing, your daughter's needing to speak out, all right? Keeping it up, keeping everything bottled up is not doing her any good, all right? So she needs to speak up a little bit, even if it's talking to yourself, even if it's talking to somebody that she trusts. And I feel that she may feel that by doing so means that she's kind of weak in some way because she's not able to handle things. Could you please tell her that a great-grandmother says it's not a sign of weakness to ask for help or to talk over her problems? Sometimes we don't have those answers within us, especially at 18. And at 18, the world's a big, huge place. We're just setting out. We're just learning the good, the bad, and the ugly about living on this planet that we call Earth, right? And a lot of young ones do struggle, but they also have a sense of inner pride as well. And it's like we can't show our weakness. But could you please let her know that her great-grandmother is sending her so much love and healing right now, and that she's asking her to speak about it, because a problem heart is when you share a problem. I hope that helps. You're more than welcome. Know that she is so much loved on the other side, especially from her great-grandmother. The great-grandmother is letting me know she hasn't actually met your daughter in real life because she passed over before your daughter was born, if that makes sense. But she says she has been with her since the day she was born. And of course, she just watches over her. And this is why she's bringing you so much healing for her right now. But she needs to open up. I will try and get round as many people with the reading as possible. Love, Laura, you are more than welcome. And that's why she says she hasn't met in person. But thank you so much for being able to take that. Okay, I'm gonna read Stephen's cards, folks. So please hold off the emojis till we give Stephen his reading, and then we will pick some more readings. Thank you, everyone, for the roses. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Mandy. I do appreciate everyone that gives. Oh, thank you, Jay. Well, Jay, if you don't manage to get a reading, please make sure you're following me. I will follow back and go to my pinned post and ask for a card on my readings list there. I do little mini profile readings on there as well. And they're all free as well, folks. So anyone that doesn't get a reading tonight, please do make sure you follow me. I will follow back, but if you're going to jump in my DM box and harass me or ask me for dates or whatever else, you'll quickly get blocked. I'm in a happy relationship, thank you very much. I'm a support for support. I will support anyone. I will follow back. I'm a follow for follow, but I'm not one for chatting in DMs unless somebody comes to me with needing guidance or just wanting to know if I can help them with a problem. Not a problem, but please do not jump in my DM box if I follow you back. It's the quickest way of getting blocked. Okay, thank you for the gifts, everyone. You are so amazing. I never ask for gifts. I'm happy to give free readings when I can, but I do appreciate everyone that gifts. Being registered blind, I don't work, so this is what I do. I come on every second evening and do some live readings, and in between that I do some free readings on my profile as well. Okay, Stephen, you've got the Hermit. Oh boy, you have been burning the candle at both sides, both ends just recently. And there is not enough hours in the day, is what this card is saying. And sometimes when that happens and we burn the candle at both ends, we can get really tired really quickly. But you have a big heart and you find it really difficult to say no when other people want your help and advice. All right? But we can only give so much of ourselves to others. And remember, not everyone that asks for our help is a giver and taker in return. A lot of people in life will quite happily come into our lives and take and give nothing back in return. And it's like you owe them something, but they owe you nothing back. We should always work with yin and yang. You know, if you are helping someone else with their problems and they're not there to help you with yours or there when you need them, then it's okay to say no when they come to you for help and support. It's not being selfish to say no. It's being respectful of yourself and your energy. All right. Sometimes we have to just say no, take the phone off the hook, take a weekend away, take a break with our family just to get away from the rat race of life, recharge our batteries, and get back to the rat race at a later time. When's the last time you took a break, either yourself or with your family, right? It's all been work and all work and no play is the message of this card. Thank you everyone for the gifts. Yeah. I'm so glad you can relate to that. It's time to take a break, all right? Maybe autumn's a little bit late for taking sort of summer breaks, etc. But do you know, while sometimes I feel autumn's a beautiful, beautiful season, plus prices go down for little mini breaks, weekends away, etc. when it's autumn because it's sort of not peak season for holidays. But sometimes just taking a few days away, taking the phone off the hook, just forgetting about work for that weekend is enough to recharge your batteries and to recharge your soul so that you can come back stronger and better. It's also a great time for reflection as well. And it means that you get to give yourself to the ones that matter most, to family, whether it's to wife, to children, whatever the case may be. But it's a time that you can your family and then come back to the rat race later. Something that you find really difficult to do is breaking away from the hustle bustle of life and work, all right? But sometimes we are reminded with the hermit, sometimes we have to retreat. We have to put out the white flag and say, no, this is Stephen's time. This is time for Stephen to chill out. There's an elderly gentleman with you in spirit, Stephen. I feel he's a dad figure, so I don't know if you've got a dad in spirit or someone in your family has a father figure. But there is a father figure coming through. Thank you so much for the gifts, everyone. Thank you, Mandy. I will try and get as many people as I can for a reading. Okay. Was one of those granddads in spirit, did he have a dog? This man had always got a dog at his side. He was a dog lover. But he was also known for this dog. You know, if people saw this gentleman that is coming through, he loved walking the dog. I don't know if you can relate to that. Don't know if that's one of your granddads. Hello, Donna. Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, this father or grandfather figure is definitely with you, and there is a connection with this dog. All right, so I don't know. Are you the dog that is? Are you saying you have this dog with you? The dog that he liked to walk, is that the dog that is with you? Hello, Leela. Regarding, is your husband having an affair and will you leave this marriage? Look within, sweetheart. You know your husband more than anyone else on this earth, all right? The most powerful gift that we have is our women's intuition. If something has changed in your relationship, in your marriage, you will feel it deep within. If you feel there is something not right and that something has changed, chances are he may well be having an affair. But if nothing has changed and everything feels right and feels, he hasn't changed in any way, then you have your answer. But a woman's always follow the woman's intuition. It will always guide you. Thank you, Mandy. Okay. Stephen, know that I feel that both your grandfathers are with you, especially the grandfather with the dog. They send you so much love and they're asking you, please make sure that you take that break. Book a little weekend away for you and your wife and just take some time out. Okay, let's get the emojis shared up the page and I will choose another card. Let's try and get as many people as we can tonight. If everyone shares the emojis, it could be a heart, it could be a smiley face, it could be rainbows. That's how I choose the readings. Because I'm registered blind, I find it really difficult to see names, so I ask everybody to share their favourite emojis. You'll see everybody sharing their favourite emojis. That's how you get a chance to get a reading, folks. Okay, let's have a look at the emojis. Stephen, you are amazing. Thank you. Hello, Leela. The reason I didn't say yes or no is because Spirit haven't given me a yes or no. But all they have asked me to do is to say to you, please follow your intuition. All right? If we look deep within ourselves, we know whether somebody, I knew with my ex, right from an early few years, that my ex was having an affair. Even though he didn't tell me, even though he tried to keep everything the same. And it's because I felt it deep within my intuition. And this is what Spirit's asking you to do. It's asking you, how do you feel about your marriage? Is everything still the same? Or do you feel that something has changed? If you feel that everything is the same, chances are he's not having an affair. But if you feel that something has changed or something isn't right, follow your gut instinct. It's the best guidance system that we have. Okay, let's have a look at these emojis. Let's see, keep them coming, everyone. Let's see who I'm drawn to. Please share the emojis if you would like a card. Okay, Kay Robinson with the roses. Let's do you next, sweetheart. Thank you for the gifts and the likes and the shares and the follows, folks. The more follows that I get, the more chance I get to 5K. I would love to get to 5K so that I could set up subscriptions. My goal here on TikTok is to set up subscriptions so that I can do full readings free for my subscribers here on TikTok, because I want to give something back to everyone that has supported my likes. But I need 5K follows to be able to set up subscriptions. I think I'm only something like 230 away from a 5K. So all your likes, all your follows helps me to reach that goal and to help more people with my readings. Okay, so yeah, please hold off until we do this reading. Okay. Let me just see if I've missed anything. Okay. So this one is, okay, I've missed the name, but Lucy, who was the one that I'm reading for? So many images going up. I think it's somebody Stevenson. Kay Robinson. Yep, thank you, Kay. Right, let's do Kay. Please hold off the images until I have finished doing Kay's reading. Thank you, everyone. I will try and get as many people as possible. Please tap, tap, tap that screen. The more you tap the screen, the more that TikTok pushes out my live so that more people can get readings. Okay. Kate, you have got the Hanged Man. All right. I feel that you have come so far in life. The past has been a little bit, let's say, rocky at times, right? And there's so much that you want to do in life. But I feel that in the past, people have knocked your self-esteem and self-confidence. And that has kind of set you back a little bit in the present. There's things that you would dearly love to do. But because of past experiences, self-confidence and self-belief in yourself right at the minute is probably at ground zero. And others may have led you to believe that this is not for you, or this, you shouldn't be doing what you want to do. And a lot of the times people will knock our confidence because they don't want you to rise, right? They don't want you to be successful because they fear that if you are successful at what you want to do, you're going to leave them behind. But ultimately, we are not responsible for other people around us. We are only responsible for our own path and what we want to do. And we should never live our lives to make others happy and put ourselves last. Because I feel this is what you're doing. You're putting yourself last and putting others first, if that makes sense. All right. So, don't get me wrong, the people that you do help, they do appreciate it. But because you're helping them, you're putting your dreams, your plans, your desires on hold. All right? Because you're so busy helping other people. So this is why you've got the Hanged Man. It's like you're in the middle, you're stuck in no man's land. You've got a to-do list and a dream list and a goal list. But there are so many demands on you by other people. You've put your own dreams and your own goals last. Like they're always on the back burner. Family has to come first, close friends have to come first, and K comes last. That's not how it should be, all right? It's time for you to put you first and foremost right now. Holding your dreams off to help others is only going to lead to regrets later on. We have to also remind ourselves, life is fleeting. We think, when we're younger, we think we have got the whole world ahead of us and that we can put our own lives and our own dreams and goals on hold just a little bit longer to help other people because it makes us feel good helping other people, right? But ultimately, we then find that time has run out and those dreams and goals that we held for ourselves, it's too late to follow those dreams and goals. Time has run out. A good example of that I'm going to give is my own father. He taught me that lesson so well. He worked all of his life to build enough money so that he could own his own pub or hotel. Because he was a hard worker, and at the end of a working day, he would go, before going home, he would pop into his local, have a pint or two, and then go home. Well-deserved pint, because he worked all his days. And he had this massive dream that one day when he is retired, he was going to have his own pub. And he could serve his own pints, but also be able to put his feet up and relax. Sadly, life had other plans for him. And he developed cancer at the age of 50. And despite a long struggle with the cancer, he sadly passed away at 51. He never got his retirement. He never got his pub. He never got his dream. The only dream that he did fulfill in his life was owning his own garage, owning his own business. He was a mechanic. He learned to be a mechanic in the RAF. So he served king and country for so many years. And then he built enough money to buy his own garage, etc., etc. And he was using that, he used a lot of that money to buy my mum her own shop, etc. So when my dad passed away, my mum sold his garage and sold her shop that he bought for her, and she bought the pub that he wanted to run. Wasn't the same as what he wanted, because he wanted to do it himself, but she felt that she was fulfilling the dream that he didn't have. So this card is a good reminder of that. It's asking you, please, no more putting K on the back burner here, right? It's time to get your bucket list out now, right? Don't wait another month or another 2 months or whatever. It's okay to put everyone else for a change on the back burner, and it's time to follow your dreams and desires. There is an elderly lady in spirit around you, quite a small woman. I don't know if you can take this elderly lady that's in spirit. But there's an elderly lady. Okay, well, it's your Nana that's asking you to follow your dreams, all right? I feel this lady lived her life to the full, and I feel she was always the center of the family. Everybody went to her for their problems and troubles, etc. And she was well loved. But she's sending you so much love at the moment, right? She wants you to know she's with you. She's sending you so much love, but she's saying, please don't waste your life not following your own dreams and goals. She says, if anyone believes in you right now, she does. All right? and she wants you to fulfill those dreams and goals. All right. Was she a baker? Because she's showing me home baking. And she's showing me a house, and she said you would open your nana's door, and the first thing that greeted you when you opened your nana's door was the smell of baking. She loved to bake. Thank you for the roses, everyone. Hello, Rowan. I am fine, thank you. I'm so glad. Well, she's definitely your nana then, okay? Because she's sharing some cakes and biscuits and cookies, and she's actually making me quite hungry. But she's saying, you know, this is how she was. She was kind of like, whenever you went to Nana's house, there was always cakes or biscuits or cookies. There was always something, you know. There was never a time that people didn't come to her and she didn't have something. And she said homemade was always best. But she wants you to follow your dreams, all right? It's time for you to put your dreams and goals. Stop hanging around doing nothing and just thinking about it but never getting it done, all right? She says you've got what it takes, all right? And she says there's something that you have always wanted to do since you were young. And she says, tell her she knows what I'm talking about, because I feel that you and your nana spoke about it often. And she's saying that goes on your bucket list too, all right? She has so much faith in you. And she says there's nothing on this earth that you cannot do if you put your mind to it. And don't ever allow anyone to stop you from reaching your dreams and goals, is her message to you. She sends you so much love. And that's probably why I was drawn to you, sweetheart. Hello, Nanny Mac. Lovely to see you. Steph Howell, right? I want cake now. You should see it from my side, because I can hear spirit and communicate with them, but I'm kind of I do have that sense as well, so I can smell. So when she was bringing this big tray of cookies and cakes, I'm like, I really need a cake right now. I think we do have some cake in the cupboard. I think after this reading, I will be heading for the cake tin. Oh, is anyone else wanting cake now, or is it just me and Steph? Thank you, everyone. Okay, I am going to try and get as many people in as possible. Please be patient. Please make sure you're following me, because if you don't manage to get a reading tonight, if you follow me, after my live, I always go through my list of followers, new followers, and I follow back. Once I follow back, if you go to my profile, I have a readings list on there. Simply comment on that readings list post. It's the first pinned post. It's either the first or the second pinned post, but it has readings list on there. Ask for a card. I'll let you know you're on my readings list. And when I'm not doing live readings, I always do profile readings and tag your name in your reading. So everyone does get a chance to get a reading, whether it's on my live or whether it's on my profile. But you need to be following me first, and I need to be following you back as well. So please hit that follow while I'm live, so that when I come off, I can follow every week, so that people can comment on my readings post if they do want a reading. Okay, in the meantime, please start sharing your emojis so that I can pick another name for a reading. Okay. Lucy Flash Yates. Okay. And Lucy, oops, okay. Your Nana has just chucked a card on the floor. So I'm going to go with that one. Anyone that knows Lucy knows that when Lucy gets a card, Nana comes through and usually a card goes flying off into the distance. Yeah, Nana's in the house. Hello, Joe. Hello, everyone. Please hold off your emojis until we've done Lucy's reading, and then we can pick some more names after that. In the meantime, please tap the screen. Please get those likes up. We are sitting at 24k likes. Let's see if we can get up to 30 likes, folks. Okay, hello everyone. Okay, Lucy, the card that ended up on the floor. It's the Nine of Pentacles. I always call this the wish card as well, because it's 9 is a witch's lucky number. But Pentacles shows that in the past, finances have been, let's just say, on the short side. And you've had to work hard for everything that you've got in life. Nothing has come to you with a golden spoon or a silver spoon. Everything that you've ever wanted in life, you've had to toil for. You've had to really work hard for. So in the past, finances have been a little bit, let's say, on the short side. However, the future is looking so much different. And that's because you put your heart and soul into everything that you do. Whether it's work related, whether it's a project related, you are so good at what you do that you put your whole 100% into everything you do. Now, I do know from the past reading that we did and our past conversation that you've just passed an assessment that you didn't even plan to do on that particular day, but you were persuaded to do it, and you passed with flying colours. And this is what this card is all about. It's saying, after all of this time of having little, all of your efforts, all of your studying, all of your hard work and your determination and sheer gut determination to get the job done is paying off in the long run. I see more money as far as your job situation. So I see promotion. There's a lot of promotion coming your way. All right. So everything you've worked for, you're going to soon be reaping the rewards. And those rewards are coming sooner than what you think. All right. Not only are you going to be lucky with finances and abundance with finances, but love as well. All right. So with more finances means that you can plan for a better future for you and for your wonderful soulmate. And in turn, a family awaits. All right. So all of this is showing abundance. The bird that the lady is carrying is the bird of peace and contentment. All right. It's showing that you're at peace with the world. Everything is falling into place as it should be. All right. There's still a lot of work to do, don't get me wrong. But your Nana is saying you are definitely going to get there with flying colours. Hello, little Miss Wowzers. Lovely to see you. And of course, with your Nana comes the little dog with his spinny tail. Because I'm just looking down at my feet. I just saw this whirlwind coming in. So your dog's with you as well. Very much so. I know it's the most playful dog. Hello from Ireland. All my readings online and my profile readings are free. Although it's usually it's just random picking people at random. But if you don't get a reading on my live, please make sure you're following me, because at the end of my live reading, I always go and look at everyone that's followed me back, and then I follow you back. I'm a support for support, but please don't jump in my DM box with dating or hello honey or how are you or whatever. That's the quickest way of getting blocked. I don't have time for chatting in DMs, etc. So if you're just in my DM box to sort of chat up or try and get my phone number, etc., you're going to get blocked, just saying. But if you follow me, I will follow you back. If you support my post, I always support your post back. But also, if I follow you back, it means that you can go to my pinned post on my profile, and I have a readings list on there. If you ask for a card when I'm not live, I go through that readings list and I do little mini readings on my profile, and I'll tag you in your reading. So even if you don't get a reading live tonight, if you're following me and I follow you back, you can have that option of getting a free reading on my profile as well. But all my readings are free. Thank you everyone who has gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you, Emma Johnson, for the roses. So Lucy, your Nana sends you love, and she's saying success is just round the corner and everything is going to fall into place probably sooner than you actually think. All right? So I'm glad that you were able to get that message. Thirsty work, this. Okay, so if everyone can start sharing their favourite emojis, I will choose the next person to get a card. That's if Lucy's Nana stops chucking my cards everywhere. Okay, Emma Johnson with the happy heart smiley faces. So could we please hold off the emojis until we've done Emma Johnson? Okay, let's just shuffle these cards for Emma. Please feel free to tap, tap, tap the screen, everyone. The more you tap the screen, the more TikTok throws out my live to other people on the For You page, and I can help more people with my readings. So it costs nothing to tap, tap, tap that screen. Let's share some love. Okay, Emma Johnson. Let's see what the cards have got to say for you, honey. Okie dokie. Oh, thank you. Okay, Emma, you have got the Three of Wands. All right. I don't know whether you've just started a job or that you're hoping to get some promotion in a job, or you've started a project and you've maybe been thinking that all your hard work is not getting seen, or all your efforts aren't getting noticed. But this card is here to tell you that's not the case. You've already made a good start, whether it's with your career or projects or hobbies. You've laid down the foundations, you've made the plans, and you've already started working on those plans. And it seems there's still a lot to do. And you're wondering whether you should stay with it or change your course. This card is reminding you to look at how far you've come. Yes, there may be lots more to do, but look behind at what you've already achieved. Now's not the time to turn all of that away. Yes, things are a bit slower for success than you would probably care to think. However, there are things happening behind the scenes. Your hard work and your efforts are getting noticed by others, if this makes sense. Thank you for the roses, everyone. So I don't know if this makes sense for you. Oh, you're more than welcome. There's a lady in spirit, and I feel she's an auntie figure. So I don't know if you have an aunt in spirit, but it's this aunt that's saying, remember, Rome was not built in a day. All right? It took years for them to build the city of Rome. And, you know, whatever it is that we put our hearts and soul in, whether it's job, whether it's career, whether it's a hobby, we have to start somewhere, right? And we have to build the foundations first. We have to speculate to accumulate. And we think that we should have all of that straight away. But in reality, it doesn't always happen straight away. And sometimes the best things in life are worth waiting for. Patience is a virtue, is what this auntie in spirit is saying. Please be patient, but don't give in right at this. Now is not the time to give up, all right? Because the minute that you think about giving up, you're going to miss this opportunity that is coming your way, all right? There are things that you don't see behind the scenes. And often that could be colleagues or workmates or somebody in authority that is watching your every move and seeing how much effort you put into doing your job or projects or whatever it is that you're working on. So they know your potential, all right? And there is going to be a massive change for you coming up. All of your efforts, all of your hard work is going to be paying off very shortly in dividends. So now is not the time to give up. So I hope that that helps. And this lady in spirit sends so much love. Okay, let's try and get some more readings in, folks. Good evening, Jojo's. Emma, you're more than welcome. Okay, let's get some more emojis up, folks, so that we can try and get some more readings done. I'm getting some, as I'm shuffling these cards, I'm getting somebody shouting Liverpool. Does somebody have a connection to somebody in spirit who was from Liverpool? This person was a Liverpudlian. Jojo, can you take Liverpool? Okay, so we've got two people that can take Liverpool, so I'm going to ask for a little bit more confirmation. Okay, this is a woman, all right? So there's a woman connected to Liverpool. She was born and bred in Liverpool. She was a proud Liverpudlian, is what she's saying. Liverpool was her home, it was her everything. Okay, um, I'm feeling I'm with you, Gracie, okay? Because she's pulling me towards Gracie. So I feel that this lady is with you because can you relate to seaside? Why is she showing me the seaside? She's showing me the seaside with sand castles, you know, candy floss, that kind of thing. She's showing me like a holiday, like seaside holidays. Oh, wow. Okay, because she's showing me childhood holidays. One of her favorite memories was taking her kids or grandkids to the beach, candy floss, ice cream, that kind of thing. Then I feel that she's definitely with you, sweetheart, okay? She's wanting to share those memories, all right? And she just wanted to confirm that it was her, all right? Um, why is she showing me red flowers at her funeral? There's a mass, she's showing me this mass of red flowers at her funeral. Who gave her the red flowers? Oh, thank you, Patricia. Okay, well, she's letting you know that she's seen the flowers. She wants you to know she appreciates the flowers. And she wants you to know they didn't go amiss. She saw them. And that's why she's saying, she said she loved the flowers. She just showed, it's like, it was just like a sea of red flowers, and she just absolutely adored that. Um, yes, she's just answered. Yes, she's with Frank. But she's saying, I was also to tell you that the gang's all here. Does that make sense? She says it's like a family reunion here. All right, because she says, yes, Frank's here, but the gang's all here too. Does that make sense? I'm so glad that that makes sense because she wants you to know. One of the fears that she had before she passed over is what's going to happen on the other side, who I'm going to meet. But she says the gang's all here. All right. Yes, Frank's there, but there's so many other people here. And she says she's having a ball. Does that make sense? She's just having a time of her life. But she also wants you to know, could you please pass on her love to yourself and all the family, and let the family know that she is well. Frank is doing fine and has never changed an inch, she says. Yes, she does. Very much so. That's why she came through for you while I was shuffling cards. Yes, she's with you. She's been with you since she passed over. Um, So she says, you know, she's your guardian angel. She wants you to know that she is so, so proud of you. Why is she showing me a wedding gown? Why is she showing me a wedding dress? Did she miss somebody's wedding? Okay, for some reason, okay, this may not be from her then. It could be somebody else trying to come through. I'm just being shown a wedding dress. Yes, your daughter is around you. I've just heard that plain and clear. She's want you to know that your daughter is around you. But I'm also getting shown a wedding dress and a message to say, so sorry she missed the wedding. So I may have moved away from Gracie, but there is somebody in spirit showing me this wedding dress, this beautiful white wedding dress. No, please do interrupt. Okay, Jojo, okay. Jojo, can you take the wedding dress and the missed wedding? Oh, Gracie, you're more than welcome. Okay. Right, we have two people that can take a missed wedding and wedding dress. I'm going to ask her for a name. See if we can get a name here. Okay, I'm not getting a name, but I'm getting the initial J. The wedding that she missed. There is an initial J connected to the wedding. Okay, so can you take the letter J then, Jojo? The initial J. Okay, I feel that she's definitely with you then, Jojo, okay? She's saying she's so sorry she missed the wedding, but at the same time she's saying she didn't miss the wedding at all because she was watching every bit of it. And she says there wasn't a dry tear in the house. So she wants you to know she didn't actually miss the wedding. She was there. She was there at the prep, she was there at the wedding, and she was there at the reception. And she wanted to come through tonight just to let you know that she was definitely there. Because I feel there's been questions about, do you think that she saw the wedding? And she wanted to answer that, if that makes sense, by showing you the gown. She loved the wedding dress, absolutely loved it. She says it was perfect, absolutely perfect. You're more than welcome. I'm so glad that I managed to get those 2 readings done for you 2 wonderful ladies. So thank you so much for the confirmation. Okay, can we start sharing the images and let's see if we can pick a card, folks. Let's see who else can get a card. Start sharing those images. Do I do spells? Yes, depending on the spell though. I'm very selective at what spells that I do. Okay. Let's see who we have. Oh, you're more than welcome. Lovely to meet you, Emma Johnson. Okay. To get a reading, there are 2 ways to get a reading. If you're wanting a reading online, I usually get people to share images on the screen and then I pick a name. If you want a reading on my profile, make sure you're following me and I'm following you back after this live. Once I follow you back, if you go to my pinned post, I have a readings list there. Ask for a card on that post in the comments. I'll add you to my readings list and then you get tagged in your free reading on my profile. That's the 2 ways to get a free reading. But I will try and get everyone that I can. Okay. Okay, Steph Howell. I'm drawn to your images. So we're going to do Steph next. So please hold the images till we've done Steph and then we'll pick some more. Okay. I do try and get as many people on my live as I can, so please be patient. But if you don't manage to get a reading on my live, I do profile readings as well, but please make sure you're following me first. Okay. Steph Howell, let's see. Hello, to get a reading, please hold until I've done Steph Howell and then share your images. Okay, let's do Steph first. So please hold your images until we've done Steph Howell. Thank you, Rosie. Rosie's doing a wonderful job. Thank you to all my mods for keeping everyone right. Because I'm registered blind, I don't always see the comments. So I have been blessed with beautiful, wonderful moderators. So thank you to all my moderators for the work that you do. You are amazing. Okay, let's see what card we have for Steph. Okay, Steph, you have got the 4 of Swords. This card is saying it's time to rest and retreat. You have been through the mill and some, all right? Life has not treated you always fairly. In fact, for the most part, others have brought problems and troubles to your door. To the point where sometimes when we take on other people's problems and troubles, we can get overwhelmed. And we find that they walk away quite happy and content because you've sorted their problems and troubles out. But Steph's left with the sleepless nights, worrying about other people's problems and troubles, even though you probably know that you've helped to solve others' problems and troubles. You find it difficult to let other people's problems and troubles go. So in the quiet of the night, the mind is just toil, 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 spinning over. I hope they're all right. I hope the advice that I gave them is going to help them, etc. And they walk away worry free, and you're left with all the worries. This card is saying to you, sometimes we have to let other people's problems and troubles go. All right? You can give them help and advice by all means. But once you give them that help and advice, it's important to realize what they do with that is up to them, right? Because ultimately it was their problems and troubles to begin with, not yours, if that makes sense. So once you've gave your advice, it's time to let those problems and troubles go. Let it just release them. And don't worry about other people's problems and troubles, because it can have an effect on your emotional well-being. And often if we burden ourselves with other people's problems and troubles, it can lead to exhaustion, it can lead to draining your energy, and just leave you feeling, ugh, I just want to sleep for the rest of the day because I've just had so much. Yeah, and this is the thing. You have got a good heart and you can't say no. And that's where the sleepless nights come in. But this card is saying you can't run on empty all of the time, because somewhere along the line something has got to give. All right? And our bodies are amazing pieces of machinery, right? Because if we don't take that break that we need, the body makes sure that we do, because tiredness, exhaustion, sickness, whatever comes into play. I'm being told there's not just sleepless nights, there are headaches. Does that make sense? Have you been getting a lot of like stress headaches, migraines, that kind of thing? I'm being shown or told headaches. Okay, this is what they're saying to you. This is why they're saying it's time to leave everybody else's problems and troubles behind you, because it's having an emotional effect. And the reason that you're getting these headaches is because sometimes when we take so much on and we are burning the candle at both ends, it can cause immense pressure on our own minds and our own brains. The brain gets fatigued, it gets tired, it gets stressed. And when that happens, it can bring blood vessels to the surface, which causes tension, and tension causes headaches. So the body is trying to tell you it's time to let go, it's time to release other people's problems, all right? Even if you have to say for a short time, do you know what? I need a break. Yes, I'll help you with your problems and troubles, but first of all, I need to help me. And that's not being selfish. That's taking care of number one. What good are you to other people if you're making yourself ill? You won't be any good to anyone if you are making yourself ill by worrying about other people's problems. So maybe consider getting away for a weekend, turning your phone off, taking a short break somewhere, going away for just a few days or even a couple of nights somewhere where it's just you and maybe your family, and just, it's time to just energize those batteries, recharge those batteries, and then come back stronger. This is why it's saying it's time to retreat. It's time to have that break. You desperately need the break. The warning signs are there. Your body is letting you know that it is stressed and that you need a break. Yeah, definitely. Well, maybe get those little holiday brochures out before the winter comes in. And even if it's just a couple of nights away, turning the phone off and just having time away from everyone else, that is going to improve your health and your mental well-being as well. Then you can come back stronger and give the people that need that help. I hope that that has helped you. Oh, thank you for the likes, Rosie. Okay, let's pick another card. So keep those images coming. Let me shuffle these cards. Thank you so much, Steph, for the confirmation in that reading. I'm so glad it helped. Please consider taking that little vacation, even if it's a night or 2 nights away. A break sometimes is as good as a rest. Okay, if you would like a card, please share the images. I will try and get through as many people as I can. But I also do profile readings as well. So if you don't get a card tonight on my live, please make sure you're following me. I'll follow you back so that you can comment on my profile post and ask for a card on my readings list there. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see who I'm drawn to here. L-A-U-R, Lure. L-A-U-R is our next reading. So please hold off the images until we do the reading for L-A-U-R. Law, thank you. I wasn't sure how to pronounce that. Thank you. Okay, Law, let's see what card we have for you. I'm hopeless at pronunciation. That's why I spelt it out. How many times I've tried to say somebody's name and I've got it completely wrong. Mind you, my mother was the same. She named me Catherine after my Irish grandmother, and everybody called me Catherine. And it drove my mother mad because she says it's not Catherine, it's Catherine. She spelt it differently, but everyone still called me Catherine. So, yeah. Now I know what my mother went through. But thank you. Okay, Law, let's see what card we have for you. Okay. We've got the Page of Cups. All right. Now, I feel that the Page of Cups is letting me know that up to this point, everything has been going smoothly for you in life, right? Everything you've worked for has gone without a hitch. But I feel that there is new emotions in the current situation. Now, I don't know whether that is involving a new relationship that's causing emotions, but I'm getting told that there is love in the air. Does that make sense? Thank you for the roses. Oh, lovely. Oh, wow. Okay. That's where the new emotions come in, all right? Because there's new changes. But there's a lot of emotions coming with that changes. And if you're moving house, they say that there's 2 or 3 things that make life stressful, and moving house is one of them, right? I feel this is a new beginning for both of you. Does that make sense? It's like you needed this new move because something, the house that you're currently in, it has, it's like it holds bad memories. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm being told yes. This move is going to be for the better. All right, it's going to be a better move for all of you. And it's going to help in her recovery massively. Oh, wonderful. Well, the garden is going to bring that happiness, that joy, and that recovery. But it's, you know, it's like anything else, right? There's a lot of work to do, and all of that causes stress, right? Especially with finance, and moving house is costly. Let's be honest here. Because you've got removals, you've got the decorating, you've got to get the house the way that you want it, etc. So even though things have run relatively smoothly in the past, you've kind of wondered whether this is the right move and whether this is going to be your happy place. Yes, it is. All right. You're going to find peace and contentment here. The garden is going to bring you so much needed relaxation. Yes, it's stressful. Getting all the plans for moving, etc. is always, you know, moving house is never easy. It comes with a lot of stress. But ultimately, once all the dust has settled and you're moved in to your new house, things are going to go smoothly. It's all a new learning curve. There's a lot of emotions that run high, and there's a lot of worry and there's a lot of concern as to whether it's the right move or whether, you know, you're going from the frying pan into the fire. I'm being told it's definitely the right move. This is where you're supposed to be. That's why they're showing me this garden. They're saying the garden's going to be the key to everything, because when you have your own space, your own garden, somewhere where you can just, in the summer, just run barefoot or just sit and just listen to the sounds of nature, plant the flowers, you know, and plan the garden and stuff, that's healing in itself. And there's a lot of healing to be done. Does that make sense? And the garden's going to bring you so much healing. Okay. Thank you to the mods for muting anyone. If you're coming on to my live with any negativity, I do have moderators who are going to block you. So please be respectful, be patient. I will try and get round everyone. I'm so glad that you got this card. Please know your move is going to go well. All right? Yes, it's stressful just now, right? And you're probably pulling your hair out with all the plans and prep and everything else. But once you've actually moved in and settled in, the garden is the key to everything here. Your nan is with you. She's letting you know she's with you. All right? There's also an elderly gentleman with you as well. And there is an uncle figure with you in spirit. So there is your nan, but there's an elderly gentleman and an uncle figure with you in spirit. Oh, lovely. Thank you for the roses, everyone. And the gifts. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Oh, Fairy Sparkle, I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, yeah, I feel that is what your nan and your granddad and your Uncle Jerry, were they connected? Were they quite close? Because I feel there's a threesome there. Okay, well that's why I'm seeing your grandparents and this uncle. They are definitely together. Hello, Twisted. Lovely to see you. Okay, I'm just going to go back a little bit here to Fairy Sparkle. Because I feel I need to pull a card for you, honey. All right? I'm being very drawn. I've seen your name pop up earlier on, and I was kind of drawn to it. So I'm going to pick a card for you, sweetheart. Okay. Can I ask, Fairy Sparkle, is there a gentleman looking after this lady's son? How do I grow my hair? I use natural paraben and sulfate-free shampoo. I don't use chemicals in my hair. I can't use chemicals. That's how I grow my hair. I also eat quite healthy as well. I drink a lot of green tea. Green tea is fantastic for growing hair, strong hair and nails, etc. So that's how I have so much long hair. Okay. Well, I feel she is definitely with you, but she's also wanting you to know, sorry. She knows, all right, that her son is in good hands. Of course, you know, she wanted to be there so much, but she said she knows her son is in good hands, but she also knows that her husband's not alone. There's so much support around him, including yourself. Does that make sense? It's like, even though she didn't make it to be able to bring up her own son, the emotions, the happy emotions that she has, that everybody pulled together. Does that make sense? Everybody pulled together to help her husband with the little boy. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, first and foremost, she wants to thank you for everything that you did to support her husband at the time. And yes, she did leave too soon, way too soon for her liking as well. But she also wants you to know she's not going to miss out on a single day of her son's life. Because even though she's not there to physically hold her own son, she knows that he's in the best hands. He's in the best caring hands ever. He has you, he has his dad, and the whole family are pulling together, and she can't thank you enough. But she wants you to know, could you please give her husband a hug? And please let him know that she loves him dearly. She loves them both. And she's sorry that she couldn't spend more time with him. Gosh, I'm welling up here. This is just beautiful, beautiful message. But at the same time, she's only a whisper away. She wants you to know, she wants him to know that love goes on, all right, and the love that she has for him and her son is still as strong as ever. And she wants to just give him a huge thank you. She knows how hard it is for him to go on without her. She gets that, and she totally understands that. But she's saying every time that he gives their son a hug, she'll be right there as well. I know, so emotional. I pick, or is it one pick? I just got a no, it's not your fault, stop blaming yourself. I hope that helps. Yes, she can. She's asking you to watch out for very small white feathers. All right? She wants to send you and her husband white feathers. So she's asking you to look out for white feathers. And with autumn and winter coming, she's asking you to look out for robin redbreast. Because every time you see a robin redbreast, she's sending her love. So the two signs to watch out for is white feathers and little robin redbreast. Well, she's saying when you receive the feathers, put them in a clear jar. Save the feathers, because those feathers are sent to you all from her with so much love. She's saying they are angel feathers, and they are filled with love and healing for all of you. So please, she's showing me a large jar, like a large, I don't know what you call them. We used to call them jelly jars, but they were kind of like large glass jars. And she's saying, whenever you see a white feather, pick it up and keep it in a jar, and know that every time you see those feathers, that she is with you. Isn't it beautiful? That has to be one of my most emotional messages that I have received. But she is so glad she managed to get through to you, and that's why I was pulled to you. I seen your name earlier on in the readings, but I also when you mentioned your daughter, it was like poof, she came through, and she wanted you to know that she was with you. So I'm so glad I got that message for you. Please tell her husband. She's saying the vows that they made will always hold true with her. He will always be her number one, and she wants him to know that. Oh, you're more than welcome. I'm so glad I managed to get that message for you. It's probably why I was drawn. Okay, I would love to give absolutely everyone a reading in the room. But I'm only one, and I will try and get through a couple of more readings before my live ends. Please be patient, and And even if I don't get round to getting everyone, I do have a readings list on my profile page. If you don't manage to get a reading live, you can go to my profile page. I have a pinned post there, which is entitled Readings List. If you ask for a card on there, I put your name on a readings list and I pick your name out and do a profile reading for everyone on that list. So even if you don't get a reading tonight on my live, please be patient. Please make sure you are following me and I follow you back. I need to be following you back because I did go through 30 years of an abusive marriage, and and get on my TikToks and leave nasty messages, so I had to limit comments to friends. So if you do follow me, please wait till I follow you back, and then you'll be able to comment on my posts. Okay, let's go through some more images and see if we can pick a card. Okay. Pamela Ward. Okay, can we hold the images, folks, till we've done Pamela Ward? Pamela Ward with the pumpkins. Oh, you're more than welcome, Pamela. Okay. Thank you to everyone. Please keep tapping the screen. Let's get some likes up. We've got 41k likes. Thank you so much for everyone that tapped those screens. Keep tapping, tapping that screen and getting the likes up. Let's see if we can get to 50k likes. Costs nothing to tap the screen. Love the likes. Thank you for the gifts, everyone. You are all amazing. Okay, let's pick our Fairy Sparkle. Thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you so much. Okay, I always appreciate everyone that gifts. That you don't have to gift. I love giving free readings, but I do appreciate the gifts, everyone. Okay, let's see what card we have for Pamela Ward. We have had some beautiful readings tonight, really emotional, so thank you, everyone. Okay, Pamela, you've got the King of Swords. All right. You have been through hell and back and some in the past, I feel. But far from break you, it's made you the strong person that you are. And you may think that's all fair and well. But why me? Why do I have to go through all of these problems and troubles while everybody else has plain sailing? All right? Sometimes when we go through a lot of hardship, a lot of problems, a lot of trouble, and people bring trouble to our door, etc., or problems our way, it's really difficult to put a positive spin on that. And we attract what we put out or how we are feeling. So what do I mean by that? If somebody is bringing you negativity, whether it's through hurtful words or thoughts or actions, or whether it's problems and troubles, if we cling on to those problems and troubles, it brings our mood down and we start feeling low. And then it snowballs. Because if we're feeling low, if we're putting out negative and low feelings, we're going to get that back. So we never seem to get out of the bit. The universe reminds us that what we put out, we get back threefold, right? So sometimes we feel we can't help but feel negative because people are constantly attacking us, or people are constantly bringing us down or judging us, right? We're going to be judged no matter what we do, right? If we do something right, we're going to be judged. If we do something wrong, we're going to be judged. So if we're going to be judged, why not just do it anyway, right? So the universe wants to remind you, look how far you've come. A lot of people in your situation probably would have crumbled by now or even gave in. You didn't. You kept going. And it's made you even stronger for it. But it's also asking you to learn the lessons from the past as well. Take the past experiences and turn them into a positive. The ones that brought you problems and troubles in the past. Take that experience and know that when you meet likewise people in the present, you don't have to engage with them. You don't even have to have them part of your life. You can simply wish them well and walk away. Your vibe will attract your tribe. The only thing that you need to do to change this situation is self-love. All right? It's about putting the past to bed, leaving the past behind. Start tomorrow as a new day, and it's time to put Pamela first. Forget about the world and its brother. It's about what is right for you, right? What is it that Pamela wants to do with her life? Write those dreams and goals down. And from tomorrow, start working on your dreams and goals. To hell with everybody else. It's time for you to work on your dreams and goals. And you often worry about how people will judge you for it. Again, you're going to be judged no matter what you do. So do it anyway. Because ultimately, in life, when we start doing what is right for us, people that don't like it will walk out of our life. That's okay, because if they walk out of your life because you're being you, they weren't meant to be in your life in the first place. They were just passing through. The ones that support you are the ones that stay with you no matter what. So if you succeed, they stay with you. If you fail, they stay with you. No matter what you do in life, they stay with you. That's the keepers. The ones that judge you and try and pull you down or stop you from doing what you want to do, that's the ones that you just wish them well and let them do their own thing. Yep, I'm so glad you've realised that. It is hard, but definitely doable. Hello, I will try and get round as many people as I can. Right now I'm just doing Pamela's reading and then we will pick some more readings. So I'm so glad that you started to realise that. Tomorrow's a new day. Look how far you've come. You've overcome a lot more than most people would. That's going to put you in good stead for the present and the future. Because if you've overcome all of that, there's nothing that you can't overcome in the future. Tomorrow is day one of what Pamela wants to do. Make a list of, do your own bucket list. What is your dreams and goals? And from tomorrow, start working on your dreams and goals. You're going to get there. And you deserve it. You deserve happiness. You deserve peace. But most of all, you deserve people around you that don't judge you, that respect you and love you for Pamela. The rest, I always say the rest of the, if people don't like you or people are judging you in your life, they're not your tribe. They don't belong in your vibe. Keep being you. And I always say, you know what, the negative ones always find a way to take themselves out in the end. And you're no exception. When you start loving yourself unconditionally and doing what is right for you, the right people will walk beside you. As for the rest, let them go. It's not important. Good evening, David Harrington. I will definitely try and get as many people in. I'm so glad you're starting to care for yourself. That is why you needed. Does the name Helen mean anything to you, Pamela? I'm getting the name Helen from Spirit. If it doesn't matter. Somebody else in the room may take a Helen. But there is a lady called Helen coming through in Spirit. I feel Helen passed in her, she's middle-aged, she's not elderly. This lady is not elderly, she is middle-aged. Oh, good night, Fairy Sparkle. Thank you so much. Okay, I don't know if anyone can take this middle-aged lady who is in Spirit. Her name is Helen. She passed before her time. Okay, no, this Helen is definitely in Spirit. I feel her health was, this lady Helen, her health was not great. And I feel she struggled with her health, but sadly, it wasn't to be. It doesn't matter if anyone can't take that. She's just letting me know that she passed middle age. She wasn't as she was hoping she was going to fight or beat this illness, but she couldn't. She didn't beat this illness, and she passed before her time. I think she's more worried that she was going to get forgotten. Okay. Sacred dragonflies. Is your mum in Spirit, and did she pass before her time? This lady went through so much, and she put up a good fight against this illness, but didn't make it. Okay, sacred dragonflies, I feel that I'm with you then, okay? This lady feels it's important for you to know that despite all the battles that she went through and despite the fight that she put up to try, and she wanted to stay. Does that make sense? She so desperately wanted to win her battle. However, she said, you know, sometimes when your time is up, it's up, but she also wants you to know that when you pass over, you go through healing. She says, I'm not in any pain, I'm not in any discomfort, and I'm certainly not sick anymore. And that in itself is a blessing. So even though she passed before her time. She knows so much that she's not forgotten. And she wanted so much to come through tonight to say, please let them know I'm well. I'm not suffering anymore. And that she finds that is a blessing in itself. Okay, she didn't win her battle, but what she says is where she is now, she can be with you all. She can watch over you all. And she is well. And that's the most important message that she wanted to get through to you and her family, is please tell everyone I'm okay. You're more than welcome. Thank you to everyone who's asking questions. I would love to answer everyone's question, but my lives get so busy that I do just choose cards with emojis. So if anyone would like a message, please start sharing your emojis, and I will be drawn to an emoji, and that will be my next reading. That's kind of how I work. I am registered blind. My vision isn't that great, so when I pick a card for someone, I always go by emojis. So please share your emojis, and the one that I'm drawn to is the one that I will read for. Thank you. Okay, Rosie Twain. Our very own Rosie, I am drawn very much so to your emojis, so I'm going to have to pull a card. So can everyone please hold off the emojis until I've done a reading for our Rosie Twain, and then I will pick another one. Thank you. We still have another 40 minutes. I'm going to be on for another 40 minutes, so I'm going to try and get as many cards read as possible. So please be patient, everyone. For those that don't get a card, please make sure you are following me. Once I follow back, you can ask for a card on my profile. If you go to the second pinned post on my profile, you will see a readings list. Ask for a card on that post, and I will add you to my profile readings list. Okay, we are at 46k likes. Thank you everyone for the likes. You are awesome. Okay, let's do Rosie's card. Rosie, you have got the Chariot. All right. Again, the Charioteer talks about being in control of your life, not allowing other people to control your life. All right. Remember, this is your path. This is, when we are born into this world, we have our own path, our own destiny, our own dreams, and our own goals. Right? It's our path, our destiny, our goals do not belong to anyone else but us. Right? Everybody, a lot of people don't realize that when we are born into this world, our path is already made out for us. We might not know what that path is. We might not even know what that destiny is or what our calling is till later on in life. But eventually, will always come together, and we eventually get where we are supposed to be and what our calling is. So get that calling a lot sooner than others. But ultimately, the thing to remember here is nobody has the right to control what you do in your life or which direction you want to take. We will always get people trying to control us, trying to tell us what to do, when to do it, and how far to do it. But ultimately, it's not their journey. This is your journey. And a lot of people that love to help other people with a good heart, such as yourself, we can get drawn in to pleasing other people and leaving ourselves last, if that makes sense. I'm so glad this is so spot on, because it's time for you to take charge of your life. Not what's right for everyone else, Rosie, but what is right for you. All right? Yes, people may have your best interest at heart, but ultimately, everyone else in your life, even our family and close family and friends, do not have the right to tell us what to do in our lives. When we follow somebody else's plans for our lives, we are not following our dreams, we're following their dreams. It's a bit like, for example, my mum and dad were both in the RAF. Now, most or a lot of RAF parents have a dream that their children will grow into the forces as well. But ultimately, is that their dream or their child's dream? It's their dream, not their child. And sometimes our parents and our family want us to do the things that they couldn't do. So they might have a daughter like yourself, and they might say, well, we want Rosie to be a nurse, we want Rosie to be this, we want Rosie to be that. Because we couldn't do it, but Rosie can do it. Well, maybe Rosie could, but maybe Rosie doesn't want to. Does that make sense? All right? So I feel there's a lot of people around you that want you to do X, Y, and Z. But it's not what they want that is important here. It's what is right for Rosie. So it's time for you to become the charioteer. It's time for you to pick up the reins and drive forward with your own life. All right? The charioteer picks up the reins, and he tells his horses exactly where he wants to go, what he wants to be doing. You're the same. It's time, starting from tomorrow, for Rosie to say, okay, what is it that I want? And then by standing your ground and saying, okay, yes, you want this for me or you want that for me, but here's the thing. I don't want any of that. This is what I want, and this is what I'm going to do. And you can either ride along with me or you can walk away. Whatever you choose, that's fine. But know that Rosie is going to go with what Rosie wants to do in her life. You've put off your own dreams and goals for far too long, is the message of this card, right? It's time to put you first and your dreams and goals. And you know what? In life, people are going to judge you whether you're successful, whether you're not successful, whatever you do in life, you're always going to have people that love you and people that judge you and people that walk away from you. And that's absolutely all right. Remember, it's okay if people walk out of your life, because not everybody is made for you. And not everybody is right for Rosie. But at the same time, Rosie's not right for others either. Be yourself, drive your own path, your own destiny, and you will attract your own tribe, your own vibe. And when you do that, your tribe, your vibe will support you 1000%. I'm so glad it's helped. You're more than welcome. Thank you, Steph. Okay, if everyone can start sharing the images, we will pick another card. Thank you to all my wonderful, wonderful moderators for working so hard behind the scenes and keeping everyone happy. You are all amazing. Okay, please send some love up for our moderators. They are amazing. Okay, let's see, who else am I gonna pick? Okay, we got Kathy Payne with the rainbows. Okay, so if we can hold off the emojis while we do Kathy Payne. Please keep tapping the screen, folks. Share some love, not just for me, but for our moderators, because they do work so hard alongside me. So show some love, love, love. Okay. Kathy, my love, this one's for you. Let's shuffle these cards. Thank you to everyone for tapping the screen, for their likes, and for your support. You are all amazing. Okay, I will try and get as many people as I can on my live. Please make sure you are following me so that if you don't manage to get a card on my live, I do profile readings on my profile as well. They are all free. But you need to follow me, and please be patient. I will follow you back so that you can comment on that post. Hello, Joe. Thank you so much, Steph. Okay. So let's pick this card. Okay, the card that I've got for you, my love, the King of Wands. The King of Wands is somebody that puts their heart and soul into work or projects or hobbies. Anything that they put their mind to, they will succeed at. They are born leaders. All right? This can also relate to promotion. So I don't know if you're waiting for some kind of promotion at work, or whether you're applying for a better job to sort of go up the ladder, if that makes sense. Good night, Rosie, and thank you. So I don't know if you're looking for a better job or you're looking to go up the ladder, i.e. promotion. So I don't know if that makes sense. This one's for Kathy Payne. I will try and get round as many people as I can, but right now I'm reading for Kathy Payne. Okay, I feel that, I don't know if you're working towards a project or you've got plans, dreams and goals. Does that make sense? I feel that when you put your mind to something, you go ahead and do it. But I feel that there is something that you have maybe started, but you kind of put this on hold, if that makes sense. It's like other things get in the way and you keep putting this off. I'm not sure what they're showing me here, but it's like, you know, usually when you put your heart and soul into something, you stay focused and you just get the job done. But I feel you want something done, but things keep getting in the way and keep pausing that. Does that make sense? Joe, if you make sure you follow me so that if I don't get round to giving you a reading, if you follow me and I follow you back, you can ask for a profile reading, honey. Failing that, I am back again on Wednesday night doing live readings. Okay, that's where this is where the king comes in, right? Because as I said, this king is authority. This king is like leader, right? Kings are always top of the pecking order, right? So yes, starting your own business, and I feel that you make so many plans but then get kind of sidetracked by other things, or other people come into the fray, or other situations happen, and it's like you start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, and I feel it's causing a little bit of irritation because you just want you've kind of got that personality that if something's in your mind to do it, you just want to focus on it and do it, and any distraction is an irritation. Does that make sense? Okay, well, this card is saying, right, your dreams and plans for this business are not going to go away. And the reason they're not going to go away is because it's in your heart and your soul to do it. And you know you've got the skills and the know-how to do it and to get there. Sometimes it's okay to say to other people, I can't do this with you today because I have got things that I need to do first and foremost. All right? Because if you keep on allowing others to distract you and pull you off course, you're never going to get the job done, if that makes sense. So it's okay to say, you know what? Set yourself a schedule, all right, every day. Sort of, whether it's a planner, whether it's a daily planner that you have. And in that daily planner, put at least 60% of your day towards this goal, towards your business. And then for everyone else around that. When you put concrete plans and concrete planning and schedules into place, you're basically saying, right, from 9 till 5, I can't be doing helping other people, or I can't be distracted from 9 to 5 because it's a bit like a job, right? When we go to a 9 to 5 job, we can't socialize with our friends and family, etc. when we're working. We have to work and then fit our friends and family around our work schedule. Well, when you're planning your own business or running your own business, it's the same thing. The difference being is you're in the driving seat, so you work out your working hours. So you say, okay, from the hours of 9 till 5 or 8 till 4, I'm working. And I'm free after that time. And when you schedule everything, things will stay in focus, if that makes sense. So you're not going to get frustrated because your personality is, you're determined. Once you set your mind to something, you're determined to get it done, and distractions are the things that irritate you. So take out the distractions. Set up a daily schedule for you every day. And let your friends and family know, this is my schedule. From 9 to 5, I'm at work. Can't have, can't meet you in that time, but I can meet you or plan things around the time that I'm not working. Thank you for the roses, everyone. Oh, you're very welcome. And Kathy, know that you're going to get there. And this business that you want to start is going to be successful. You just need to keep focused on it, all right? Start planning for Kathy and what is right for Kathy, and then everyone else will just have to fit around Kathy for a change instead of Kathy fitting around everybody else. Love and blessings to you. Okay, how are we doing for time, folks? Oh wow, thank you everyone for the likes. 52k likes. Let's see if we can get to 60 likes. Tap, tap, tap that screen. See if we can get to 60k likes before the end of the live. Okay, let's see who we're going to choose next. Keep those emojis coming to get a card, everyone. Okay, Firefly with the blue hearts. We got you next. Please hold off the emojis until we've done Firefly. Please keep tapping the screen. Let's see if we can get up to 60k before the end of the live. Okay. I will try and get round as many people as I can. But right now we're doing Firefly with the blue hearts. We still have another half an hour. I usually stay on for about 2.5 to 3 hours, so I'm hoping to keep reading till about 1:30 my time. But please make sure you're following, because if you don't get a reading tonight, if you're following me after this live, I follow everyone back that follows me. Once I follow you back, please go to my second pinned post on my profile. I have a readings list there. Simply comment card, please. I'll let you know you're on my readings list. And when I'm not doing live readings, I go through that readings list and I do a reading on my profile for you and tag you in that reading. Hello, Firefly. Okay, let's do Firefly and then we'll do a few more after Firefly. Please hold off the comments and the readings until we've done Firefly. I do try and get through as many people on my lives as possible. Okay. Firefly, you have got the Hermit. When the Hermit comes into a card, it's telling you that you're burning the candle at both ends, trying to do too much, not just for others, but for yourself as well. So you're trying to fit in work with play, also helping other people with their problems and troubles, and also fitting in what is right for Firefly as well. I feel that you like to put all your eggs into one basket. Multitasking is what you tend to do most. It's like, well, if I can do 10 chores all at one time or 10 things all at one time, I'll get them all done a lot quicker. In reality, that doesn't always work, because when we're doing 10 things instead of one at a time, we're going to miss things out and we're going to do some things half-heartedly and other things we're going to focus more on. And in the end, what actually happens is we actually fit in less. If we decide to do a to-do list every day. So starting tomorrow, write down a list of priority. What is it that you need to do tomorrow first and foremost? So, for example, if you've got a 9-to-5 job, right? Your priority is I have to go to work from 9 to 5. That goes at the top of your list. Paying bills, that may be the next important thing. So put that at the top, next to your list. And make a list from priority to least priority. The things that should be at the bottom of your list are things that can possibly wait till tomorrow or the next day or the next day. Right? They don't have to be done today. Once you've completed that list, start at the top of that list and work your way down that list until eventually all the things are completed. Even if it's going to take more than one day, it could take a week, it could take a month to get through everything on that list. But at least when you're doing things one by one, bit by bit, you're not going to miss anything important. And you're going to do a better job at it than you do if you're multitasking. Oh, thank you, everyone. No problem, Steph. Thank you for your help. I'm so glad that that makes sense. Okay. This is where the hermit comes in, Firefly. Alright? Because when you burn the candle at both ends, you do get tired. So what you also need to fit in is you time. So when you're making your to-do list, make a plan for each day. And in that plan, take at least 1 to 2 hours out of that day for you. And in that 2 hours, that's your time. You can listen to music, you can chill out, you can go for an extra nap, you can go for a walk, whatever. Make sure that you have time for Firefly and amongst everything else. Even if it means taking a break, taking a weekend away somewhere, or just turning off the phone and shutting yourself away just for a little, taking the day off or taking the weekend off just for you. Having your hair done, getting your nails done, whatever it is that you need. When's the last time you took a break? And when's the last time you spent time for you, pampering you? Probably not for a long time. So the hermit is saying it's time to retreat and it's time to focus and plan, but plan things out so that you're not doing 24 hours a day. You are also having rest time in between that. And also make sure that you're having days off because you so need that right now. Oh, bless. Then I'm going to send you some much needed healing as well. Being a Reiki master, I can do that. So I will send you some Reiki healing, which I hope will help with that learning to walk. You have a lot on your plate. Yes, you're going to recover. Okay, you're going to walk again. But don't be in too much of a hurry to do it, all right? I know you desperately want to get up on your feet and walk, right? And if you want it all done in one day, does that make sense? But it's asking you to take your time, all right? You will get there because you're determined. But take it one step at a time. Take life one day at a time. You'll get there in the end. Hello, Connie. I'm fine, thank you. You're more than welcome, Firefly. Richard Doughton, if that's how you feel, you don't need to be on my live. If you're coming on and being negative, consider yourself blocked. Okay. Okay. I'm so glad I managed to get that reading in for you, Firefly. Apologies, everyone, for the person that came in saying I was shallow. You know, people can judge me. I know who I am. I know my skills. I know what I'm capable of. And if you're going to come on my live and throw insults, consider yourself blocked. Okay. Please share the images, people, and I will try and get through as many people as I can. Firefly, thank you so much for the teacup. Okay, let's see. Edel McCann, or Edel. Edel McCann is the next one. So could we please hold off the images until we've done Edel? Edel McCann. I will try and get round as many people as I can. Edel, you're more than welcome. Please hold off the comments and the images until we've done Edel McCann. I will try and get round everyone. But I only do my readings till about 1:30, so I won't get everyone in the next half hour. My readings are always busy. So please make sure that you're following me. When I follow back, you can go to my profile. I have a readings list on there, which is offline. Ask for a card on that readings list. I'll add you to my readings list. And I do little mini profile readings on my profile for you if you don't get a reading tonight. Failing that, I'm back on Wednesday night doing more live readings. Okay, let's do Edel. Yay! And welcome, Edel. I'm glad you managed to get a reading tonight. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. All right. I feel that when the Knight of Pentacles comes in, I don't know whether you're searching for work or you're already in work, but it's maybe not a place where you want to be. Does that make sense? And I feel that where you are is not the best location, or where you live is not the best location for local work. And you feel that you may have to travel to get a job or a situation that you want to do. Does that make sense? Okay, I feel that there is an opportunity coming your way then as far as finances go. Oops, Spirit has just turned my light blue. Please excuse my resident spirits, they do sometimes move things around. I feel there is messages coming regarding finances. All right. So sometimes that can be inheritance. Sometimes that can be money that's not expected. All right. So whether it's a gift, whether it's you know, sometimes it can be tax rebates, sometimes it can be an inheritance, sometimes we can win money or finances. There are a lot of people around you. Yeah, so sometimes, sometimes money is tight, and especially nowadays. I don't know if you're in the UK, but here in the UK, we've just had a change of government, and oh my God, they're making a balls off of the job. Let's just say that. But fuel bills are going up, energy bills are going up, food is going up. So everybody is feeling the pinch, and people are struggling, wherever we are in the world. But we can manifest things as well, because the universe is always waiting to help us out. Our spirit guides are always waiting to help us out, but they can't go against our free will. So they need us to ask. I always say the universe is listening for its next command. So if we're running short of money, we can ask the universe, or our guides, or our deities, whoever you feel drawn to ask. I always prefer the universe, because the universe is always listening. We are all part of the universe. Earth is part of a solar system. The solar system is part of the universe. So I always set my intentions. If money is short, I'll always say, universe, I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy, and I could do it with a little extra help as far as finances go. So please bring those extra finances my way, whichever way you feel is the right way for me. Then imagine yourself getting some good news about abundance, whether it's a check through the post, which is unexpected. Maybe somebody's going to send us a money gift or whatever. Maybe we find that we love to do a hobby, for example, and we decide, you know what, I can make things and I can sell them and I can make extra money. That's going to also bring extra finances in. Sometimes if the world and its brother doesn't help us, we find a way to help ourselves. So look at the skills that you do have and how you can turn that into extra finances, if that makes sense. You might be good at drawing. You might be good at baking. You might enjoy baking cakes, etc. Well, why not do birthday cakes, anniversary cakes, and sell them? We all have something in our life that we are really, really good at. I do free readings online and offline because I like to help people. I also do Reiki healing because I like to help people. I don't find it's work. I don't find it's a chore. And the reason that I do, a lot of people will say to me, well, why do you give free readings? I give free readings, but at the same time, even though I'm giving free readings, if I give a good reading to somebody, they appreciate it and they send me a gift. Those gifts are extra for me. And I absolutely am grateful for everyone that does gift on my lives, because every little bit helps. This is what I love doing. And I'm fortunate to be blind. And you might think that that's a bit crazy, but if I would have to do a 9 to 5 job, and I wouldn't be able to help as many people as I do with my readings online and offline. So I'm grateful for my lack of physical vision, but my spiritual vision is acute. So I work around that. So whatever it is that you're skillful at, know that there is going to be, always remember the universe is listening. You are worthy of abundance, you're worthy of love, and you're worthy of success in whatever you do in your life. So ask the universe for these things. When we ask, the universe listens and it gives us. The key to manifestation is ask what you want from the universe. Imagine you've already got it. How does that make you feel? So if you ask the universe, please bring extra finances my way, Imagine getting a check through the door from a friend or a relative, or an overpayment of a bill, and they send you what you've overpaid. That's a lovely surprise to get through the door. So imagine you've actually got that letter through the door. How does that make you feel? Overjoyed, right? You've got extra finances, so you feel happy and you feel less stressed. Hold on to that, because the key to manifestation is ask for it, imagine it, see it in your mind's eye, and feel it, and hold on to that feeling until it manifests itself. A lot of people think the key to manifestation is just asking for it and forgetting about it without even really understanding how to manifest. Know that there is messages coming your way regarding finances, and finances are going to improve, but maybe not in the way that you expect. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad it's helped. But remember, there is nothing. I'm going to give you a true story about manifestation. And some of my followers that have followed me for a long time have probably heard this story. But it's worthwhile letting you know that manifestation does work. How many times have we gone shopping and we've thought we've had extra money, and we get to the till only to find we haven't got enough to pay for everything in the trolley, and we have to put some things back because we've overspent somewhere else, right? We've all probably done that at some point, myself included. And there was one time we did go shopping, myself and my partner went shopping, and I thought I had more than what I actually did. And I mistook a plus for a minus. So I actually had minus what I thought I already had as a plus. So of course, when we got to the till and I put my card in, the card was rejected because there was no money in the bank, obviously. So we had to put everything back. And I remember my partner started to panic. And he said, that was a week's shopping we had to put back. How are we going to survive for the next week? Now, we love walking in nature. We love going into the woods. That's our healing place. That's what we do. And I said, you know what? The universe will provide. Whatever we need, the universe will provide. Let's go for a walk. So we went into the woods and we took a walk into the woods. And I simply said to the universe, you know what? I overspent. My fault completely. But we do need just enough food for a week until our next paycheck. So any help that you can give would be most grateful. And then I imagined walking through the woods with my partner, stress-free, knowing that I had money in my pocket, and that after the walk, we would be able to survive for the rest of the week. When we came out of the woods, as we were walking back along the path that we'd already walked up, my partner thought he saw £10 rolled up on the path, and he swooped it up and says, wow, there's more than £10 here. I don't know how much is here, but I'll put it in my pocket. It's no good to anybody else in the middle of nowhere. And it will buy us a loaf of bread or some milk or whatever. So we went home and he took out the money and unraveled it. It was a dull, misty day, so it was kind of damp. We were utterly amazed to find that there was not just 10, 20 or 30 pounds there, but in £20 notes there was £200 rolled up in that bundle. That £200 got us the week's messages from paycheck to paycheck. And I said, you know what? That money was probably drug money if it's lying in the middle of the woods. Somebody's obviously went to deal drugs or whatever in the middle of the woods and they've dropped their money. The universe, in its wisdom, has thought we don't need drugs, but this couple needs money more than what the drug dealers do. So again, looking back, I had manifest. My partner was more worried than what I was. But I didn't ask for $1 million. I didn't ask for £1,000,000. I asked the universe for enough money to tide us over for a week. And that's exactly what the universe gave us. So never be afraid to manifest what you want. Manifestation works. It's like magic. If you don't believe in magic, you'll never see magic. If you don't believe in manifestation, you'll never manifest it. So I hope that helps. Always does work. I always manifest. It was the same before we got this beautiful bungalow that we were in. I remember the day we looked round it, and there was 26 people up for this house. And again, my partner says, we're not going to get it. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful haunted house, but we're not going to be lucky enough. We're up against 26 people. And again, I said to the universe, you know what? We need this house. This is our house. This is our peace. We've had really bad neighbours in the past. We've not had peace. We've not been at peace. We need this house. Please make it happen. And 2 days later, we got the phone call to say the house was ours. So you can manifest anything that you want. You just have to say it, see it in your mind's eye as though it's already happened, and then imagine how you feel actually having that. So when I was looking around the house that we're now in, I imagined that we got a yes. I imagined we got the keys in our hands. And I felt the joy and the relief that we were going to have our forever happy home. And I held on to that feeling until it manifested itself. That's how you manifest. I've been manifesting for many years and it's worked every single time. But it's like magic. It's like if you don't believe in fairies, you will never see a fairy. If you don't believe in magic, it will never happen. If you don't put your heart and soul into manifestation, you'll never manifest it. So I hope that has helped. Spiritual sativa, yeah, I do as well. The universe is such a powerful, powerful thing. It's always listening, and we miss so many people miss so many opportunities in life because they don't trust in the universe. It was the same when somebody asked me 4 or 5 months ago, you need to take your readings and you need to go on TikTok. I thought, I'm 57 years old. What am I going to do on TikTok? I'm an old study like me. I've done Facebook and Instagram for years and got nowhere with that. But my friend Tracy, she's wonderful and so supportive, and she said, no, you need to try TikTok. And I thought, okay. I said, but I've done Facebook. I've had like 200 followers on Facebook, maybe 150 on Instagram. But I'll give TikTok a go. And I gave TikTok a go, and I'm now over 4K followers. I'm blown away with that. I just never believed in a million years that I would get 4K plus followers. But here I am. But I'm doing something that I love to do. I'm helping other people. And so I found my vibe and I found my tribe. Love TikTok. Met some wonderful, wonderful people. So never give up on your dreams. And even when you don't believe in yourself, other people believe in you. For anyone that's having self-doubt about themselves or their lives, I want to tell you something. I believe in every single one of you. You can have whatever you want in life. You just have to manifest it and you just have to believe that it's yours and then claim it. So I hope that that helps. Okay. What time are we on? Okay, do you know what? I'm going to do 2 more. I know it's about 1:30 and I usually finish about 1:30, but do you know what? I love you lot. Absolutely love you all. So let's do 2. Let's share the emojis and let's pick 2 names. Let's go out with a bang. So who's going to be our first one? Okay. Let's see. Share those emojis, everyone. Okay, Samantha Sanchez with the rainbows. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to put Samantha Sanchez down on my list here. And we're going to pick another name. Okay, Samantha Sanchez is first. Let's share the emojis and we'll get the last name up for the night. So keep sharing those emojis for the last name. So we've got Samantha Sanchez. So who's going to be our last name? Okay. Yeah, definitely always believe in yourself. Okay, let's see who's going to be our last name. Lacey Jo Dixie. Lacey Jo Dixie. Okay, so we've got Samantha Sanchez and Lacey Jo Dixie. And then sadly I have to then call it an end to the live. However, if you haven't had a reading tonight, I am back on Wednesday evening, round about 10:30 p.m. my time in UK. Failing that, please follow me. When I follow you back, you can go to my profile here on TikTok. On the second pinned post, there is a readings post. Simply comment card, please. I'll add you to my readings list on there. And everyone on that reading list gets a profile reading, and I tag your name in your reading once I've done that profile reading. You'll see all my previous profile readings on my profile, and the post explains exactly how you get those profile readings. So let's do the last 2, Samantha Sanchez and Lacey Jo Dixie. Thank you for the roses, Samantha. Okay, let's pick a card for you. Thank you to everyone who has supported me during this live and who has waited patiently. Apologies if I haven't got round to reading you all. I would absolutely love to do everybody on my list. I never have time on my lives to read for everyone, which is why I do profile readings as well. Okay, Samantha, let's see what we've got for you. Okay. As I'm shuffling these cards, I'm getting the name Jacqueline. There's a lady in spirit called Jacqueline. So if anyone can place a name, a lady in spirit by the name of Jacqueline. She was called Jackie to her friends. So we're doing Samantha just now and then Lacey Jo Dixie. But we also have, I'm getting a lady from spirit called Jacqueline, or her name was Jackie to her friends. So there's a lady called Jackie in spirit. So if anyone that's watching can take a Jackie, please let me know. Doesn't matter if anybody can't, sometimes spirit just shout out names. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Okay, Samantha, 10 of Wands I've got for you. Okay? You may feel that all your work and all your effort as far as jobs or projects or something that you put your heart and soul in isn't successful, or you're not going to get very far with it. However, always make sure that you're not carrying or taking on too much workload. Does that make sense? It's like, if I can do more to help others, then I'll be more successful. So sometimes we think, okay, if I need more money, I need to work more hours, and if I need to work more hours, then I'll earn more, and everything will be absolutely fine, if that makes sense. But sometimes when we take on too much, we get tired. Our body gets tired, our mind gets tired, and we have no choice but to rest. Yes, times can be hard, and yes, we all want extra finances. We all want to get to the top of the ladder, or be successful at whatever we want to put our name to, or our mind and goals to. But burning the candle at both ends isn't going to get us there. Taking on too much work isn't going to get us there. What we have to do is balance out work and play. So yes, work towards your dreams and your goals, but also make sure that you're taking time to rest in between that as well. And you're not wearing yourself out. Sometimes taking on too much can exhaust mind, body, and spirit. And eventually the body just says, no, can't do any more. And maybe illness or fatigue takes in, and we're too tired to do any more. The body is a fantastic way of letting us know enough's enough. If you don't stop, I'm going to stop. When I had more vision, and I worked as a carer for over 15 years, and that caring job took me away from my abusive ex at the time, because I was in a 30-year abusive marriage, and work was my safe place. So I would take on every shift that I could, to the point I was working more times than I was at home. And I started getting migraine headaches. That was my body's warning system. You're burning the candle at both ends, and you're wearing yourself out. Something has to give. And then I met my current partner, who managed to free me from abuse. I lost my vision, and I had no choice but to give up work. But I'm thankful for that, because if that had not happened, I wouldn't be able to do readings for you all. So sometimes things happen for a reason. No, I'll never be able to go back into work, because I don't have vision anymore to go out and work. But I'm blessed, because I can be at home with my partner 24/7, who helps out with the things that I can't do. Many couples don't have that privilege. So I was in that similar situation where I was taking on more than what I could probably chew. And I was wearing myself out, and my body was starting to feel the stress, i.e. with tension headaches or migraines. This is the type of thing that you want to avoid, if that makes sense. Okay, if there's a new job that you want, you really, really want, maybe the job that you're in just now is too liking. Sometimes we have no choice. If we might be in a job that's too much of a burden for us, but we see a better job or better opportunity, I'm being told that the job that you want to do is the right job. So should you go for it? Yes. All right, because I feel that this new job, this new opportunity is going to get you out of this situation that you're in just now. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel where you are, not where you want to be. All right, it's too much of a burden for where you are just now. Whereas this new job that you want it's in your heart and soul to get this new job. All right, and that's the universe's way of saying, okay, if you're not happy, change it, do something about it. And I feel that yes, the answer that you're seeking is yes, go for the new job. And that's where the burden is. Your current job is draining you. That's the burden. All right. So that's exactly that's why you wanted to manifest this new job, right? Because it's going to be less of a burden for you. So yes, you should go for the new job. Will you get it? Yes, because you've manifested it. It's in your heart and soul. You already feel that the job's yours. Hold on to that feeling, right? Hold on to that new job that's coming. It is coming because it's needed. All right? Manifest it. Keep manifesting it until you get. I feel that you will get the job. I'm being told that the job is yours because it's in your heart and soul to have it. This change is going to be less stressful than what you're doing just now. Yeah, and that's why this is letting you know. This is confirming. Yes, where you are just now, you're taking on too much. The man in the card is holding on way too much and it's weighing him down. Time to let that go and take on the less stressful job. I feel that the new job is going to be less stressful, but it's going to benefit you financially. So I feel that it's less stressful, but there's more finances involved in this new job. So yes, keep manifesting it. It's yours. It is already yours because you've already started the manifestation. So I'm so glad they've managed to confirm that for you. Yep, financially. You're more than welcome. Yep. I feel that the new job is going to be less stressful, but better finances. So maybe it's going to be better pay than what you've already got just now. So definitely keep manifesting it and you're more than welcome. Okay, Lacey Jo Dixie is our final reading of the night. I can't believe we've reached the end of tonight's live. I'm so glad. You're more than welcome. Yay, Lacey Jo Dixie's here. Thank you so much in advance to everyone who has followed, liked, shared my live. You are all amazing. I have met some wonderful, wonderful people here on TikTok and made some wonderful friends. I will follow everyone back after this live who've actually followed me so that you can ask for a reading on my profile post. Please, though, if you do send me a follow request, especially the guys, and you're jumping in my DM with hi beautiful, how are you, where are you from, can we chat, can I have your phone number? It's the quickest way for me to block you. All right, I'm a support for support here on TikTok. I very rarely chat in DM. The only time I chat in DM is if I know you very, very well, i.e. a friend in person, or if somebody is asking me for spiritual advice. But if you're just jumping in my DM box after I followed you back, ask for my number, to ask if we can be bestie friends, etc. That's not what I'm here for. I'm happy in the relationship that I have right now. We've been together for 8 happy years, and he is my one and only. So just putting it out there, I will follow everyone back, but please do not spam my DM box, because it's the quickest way of getting blocked. Okay, let's shuffle these cards for Lacey Joe Dixie. Thank you for being so patient, Lacey. Oh, thank you so much, Backwoods, Alaska. I hope you followed me because I will follow you back. And please feel free to ask for a card on my profile, and I'll add you to my profile readings list. Everybody on that readings list gets a reading on my profile. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I did Firefly. I actually found him on. It took me 50 years to find him. I went through 20 years of bullying when I was at school because of my visual disability. And then I met my ex-husband. He turned out to be a narcissist child abuser, and he abused my daughter, and she then became a child abuser. But he isolated me from my family, from my friends. I had no one for 30 years. And through a friend, I actually met my current partner, and we met for a coffee, and I basically told him how unhappy I was, etc. And we've been together for 8 years. I divorced my ex about 6 years ago. I've been away from my ex for 8 years. And I've had to block him on all my social media because he tries to get on my social media, which is why if you want to comment on my posts, you need to follow me, and I need to follow you back. Because if I don't follow you back, my comments are limited, just to stop my ex-abusive family from coming on my social media and leaving nasty comments. So, but yeah, I have found my one and only. He's thanks to him, it came at a cost because my ex and his family banned me from seeing my three granddaughters, who I don't see now. But sometimes we have to make sacrifices for our own happiness. My granddaughters know how much I love them. They know that when they are old enough, they can come and see me. It's just horrible when abusers use children to try and ruin your life. But I share all my lives on my Lady Moonlight YouTube channel. And what my ex-abusers family don't know is all 3 of my grandchildren know where my YouTube channel is. So I heard from my oldest granddaughter a few months ago, and she said, we all watch your YouTube channel, and we watch your readings, and we know you love us, and we're coming to see you when we're old enough. So, yeah, I had a price to pay, but do you know what? Sometimes you just have to make sacrifices. In the end, my ex's family will lose their own children because they will come back and they will turn away from the ones that stole their gran from them. They had been a part of my life since the day they were born, and I've always had a close link to my grandchildren. So they know how much I love them. Oh, thank you. Yes, it has made me the strong lady that I am. which is why I love doing what I do. I started the Purple Hearts Unite movement here on TikTok. And what that is, a lot of abused women don't have anyone that they can turn to. So the Purple Hearts Unite, if you use the Purple Hearts Unite hashtag, which is hashtag purple with a purple heart -s unite, all one word, Purple Hearts Unite, and you leave a purple heart on your profile, you're leaving a message to anyone going through abuse that, oh, she's got a purple heart on her profile or on her posts. You'll see a lot of my posts have a red heart and a purple heart on them. The red heart is for the Red Hearts Club, which is a support for support here on TikTok. The purple heart stands for Purple Hearts Unite. I know that when any abused woman or child see that purple heart, they can jump in my DM box and say, hi, I'm being abused, can you help? Yes, hell, yes, I can. So when you share Purple Heart on your post, you're letting people know that you are a safe place or safe person for them to talk to for help. And since I started that about 2 months ago, the amount of people that are sharing purple hearts on their TikTok posts is just mind-blowing. A lot of people leave me purple hearts all the time. And you will always see on my readings posts, I share a purple heart and a red heart on all of my posts. And that's what it stands for. The purple heart is Purple Hearts Unite. And the red heart is Red Hearts Club, support for support. So, yeah, but it does make you stronger. Hello, hello. Oh, Firefly, then you know exactly what I'm going through. Okay, Lacey Joe. We're going to do Lacey Joe's card just now, folks, and then sadly that's the end of my live readings for tonight. However, if you follow me after this live, I will follow you back. Once I follow you back, if you go to my profile here on TikTok, there's been a few fake profiles, but you'll know that it's my genuine profile if it's got Lady Moonlight at the top and it's got my photo, and then underneath it will have the Mystic Witch, and it will have over 4,000 followers, but it'll also have a website. That's my website with all my links and all my social media links. If it doesn't have a clickable website link, it's one of the fake ones that my ex's family have tried to make up. So do not follow any Lady Moonlight or the Mystic Witch profile that does not have a clickable website link. It's a milkshake link. It's milkshake the Mystic Witch. So I will never have a backup account. I will never ask for money for readings or for anything else. I will never spam anyone, jump in anyone's DM box asking for readings. And I will always have a clickable website link on my profile. That's how you know you've got the genuine Mystic Witch stroke Lady Moonlight. So do follow me. I will follow you back, and then you can comment on my pinned post, which is the readings post. Just simply type in card, please. I'll add you to my readings list. And when I've got spare time, I go through that readings list and I do little mini profile readings on my profile, and I'll tag you in your reading. So I hope that helps. But I am doing Lacey's reading just now, and then that will be the last reading of the night. So I have been reading since 10 p.m. UK time, and it is now 10 to 2. So yeah, I've been working full on trying to get as many people in as possible tonight. So thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mags. Okay, let's do the last reading. Thank you to everyone who has followed, liked, and shared my live. You are all amazing. Thank you to everyone who's also sent the gifts. Again, you are all amazing. Okay, let's see what this has for Lacey. Lacey, you've got the Knight of Swords. I feel that the past has been pretty rough for you as well. All right. And I feel that a lot of your self-esteem has been knocked to ground zero in the past by those that want to control you, if that makes sense. All right. You've got a good heart, and often people with good hearts make great candidates for, or make, I guess, victims, whatever you want to call us, for abuse, right? If you've got a great, abusers are going to go for, or bullies are going to go for people with good hearts, because they know that people with good hearts will not do anything to hurt anyone else, even if they are hurt themselves. So I feel you've had a pretty rough past. You've maybe had a few people that have betrayed you, maybe even been bullied yourself, or people have tried to knock your self-esteem, knock your confidence to ground zero, if that makes sense. Oh, I'm so glad you tried meditation. Yeah. And you know what? Most people, in fact, I did a post earlier on about bullying, and I've started doing a daily advice of the day post, and my first advice is all about bullying. When you've gone through bullying, or when you've gone through abuse, your self-esteem and self-worth is pretty much hammered into ground zero. And it's hard to get yourself up from that. And it also leaves you with a lot of PTSD, post-traumatic stress. Often we get flashbacks. If somebody says the wrong word or does the wrong action, it brings us straight back to that bullying or abuse. And I know through my own experiences, people that go through bullying or abuse, they either carry on stronger for it. The worst case scenario is that the bully them to the limit that they take their own lives. And that's the worst end of the scale. But when the Knight of Swords comes into your reading, it's telling you, look how far you've come. You overcame all of that bullying. It could have quite easily broke you, and at times it probably came close to it. But you kept going, you kept hope, and you kept fighting. And what the Knight of Swords is bringing to you tonight is, it's telling you, yes, you've been through all of that. And as much as horrific as it is, a lot of people will, for example, say to me, I'm so sorry you went through 50 years of bullying and abuse. But you know what? They get shocked or surprised when I say, well, I'm not. And they'll look at me as if saying, what do you mean you're not sorry you went through abuse? And I'll tell you for why. I went through all of that. And yes, there was times suicide was not far from my mind. But I was one of the lucky ones. That I knew, I felt there was someone out there that was going to help me get away from abuse and bullying. And I set an intention and I said, universe, show me my soulmate. I know he's out there and he's the only one that can save me from this situation that I'm in. On the same nigh on the same moon, my current partner, my soulmate, also cast an intention. He too was looking for his soulmate. And 2 years later, we met, and we've been together for 8 years. So, had I taken my own life, we would never have met. I kept hope, and I kept strength. And yes, I still have flashbacks every now and again. So why am I thankful for that abuse and bullying? If I hadn't gone through abuse and bullying, especially even if it was 50 years, how could I be in a position to help other people that are going through abuse or bullying? I couldn't. How could I understand what they're going through if I haven't already went through it myself? You have to walk in somebody's shoes to know what somebody is going through. You know, the worst thing that you can say to an abused woman is, well, you asked for it. Or, well, you wore a short skirt, so you asked for it. I hate that expression with all my heart, I'll tell you, because what right does anyone have to tell a woman what she can or what she cannot wear? And just because a woman wears a short skirt or whatever else does not mean to say that she asks to be abused. Nobody asks to be abused. So I could have wallowed in self-pity because of the abuse, and I could have just hidden myself away. But instead I wanted to turn it into a positive. So when I joined TikTok, I started up the Purple Hearts Unite to help other women, children, and men, because men get abused too, to give them a safe person to talk to. I started a Purple Hearts Unite Facebook group so that people who have been through bullying and abuse can go to that group and talk to other men, children, and women that have gone through that abuse without being judged, because it's an invite-only group. And whatever's shared in that group stays in that group. So I turned a negative into a positive. So when the Knight of Swords comes into your reading, it's telling you, yes, you've been through hell and back, but look at what you can do because of what you've went through. Look at the people that you can help. Other people that have been through bullying, you can do so much to help them because you know exactly what they've gone through. Same with anybody that's gone through abuse. You can help other men, children, and women who've gone through abuse just by being an ear to listen. Sometimes people that have gone through bullying and abuse just need somebody to listen, somebody to talk to get off their chest all the pain and hurt that they're going through, and somebody that's not going to judge them. Because when you go through abuse or bullying, my abuser behind my back, or my ex behind my back, was telling everybody what a bad wife I was, that I was cheating on him. He was already building his own alibi because I kept telling him one day I will walk out the door and will not come back. And his answer is, who would take you? Who else would have you? And they try everything. They try threatening suicide. Or if you leave, I will kill myself. My answer to that in the end was, that's your choice. I'm not responsible for your life or your actions, but I'm responsible for my own actions. Exactly. Well, okay, what I'm saying now is bullshit. Well, if that's what you think. You obviously don't understand and you're being disrespectful. Blocked. That's okay, she's blocked. It's okay. I don't take offense at rude people. I just block them. But yeah, take what you've been through, turn that negative into a positive. You can do so much to help other people that have gone through bullying just like you have. And look how far you've come. I've seen so many people go through bullying and actually take their lives because they feel nobody cares, nobody's there to listen. And I wanted to change that. Too many people, social media is absolutely full of it. There's so many hidden bullies on social media. And, I did a post today on that. I've started to do a daily thought of the day. And one of the first things I wanted to talk about was bullying and the effect that bullying or abuse has on other people. And not just the person that they're bullying, but the families. And I always say to a bully, if somebody that's bullied, being bullied by somebody, I will quite happily take that bully aside and I said, you know what? How would you feel if that person that you just bullied took their lives today? And a mum and a dad and a brother and an auntie and an uncle and a gran and a grandfather lost their dear loved ones because of your actions. How would you feel? And if they turned around and told me, I don't care, that's not my problem, I'll say, okay. Well, let me put it this way. Do you have a brother or a sister? And often they'll say yes. And I'll say, okay. How would you feel then? Do you like your brother? Do you like your sister? And they say, yeah, I love my brother. I love my sister. Okay. What if somebody was to bully your brother and sister and your brother or your sister took their lives? How would you feel? It's enough sometimes to make them stop and think. Because a lot of bullies and a lot of people that bully, they do so for control, to feel big, to feel, in control. And look at me. They think it's funny to bring somebody to their knees or to make somebody cry or to break somebody down. And they go away all cocky until such times as they realise that that person that they bullied took their lives. And they can say till the cows come home, I don't care. But if they truly didn't care, they're not human. Anybody that's taken their lives through bullies, shame on the bullies. They have to live with the consequences of their actions every single day. Yep, definitely. Yep. Yeah, definitely. And it's the same with abusers. My ex abused my daughter at 13 when I was at work. Now, usually when a father abuses their daughter can go one way or the other. They can totally turn away from men and turn their lives around. Or they can be well and truly groomed to the point where they think that abuse is normal and they become abusers. Sadly, my daughter was well and truly groomed by my ex, and she abused my grandchildren. She's been through 3 partners. All 3 partners have been abused. All 3 partners have abused my grandchildren. And I turned my back on my daughter. Do I regret it? No, because I won't ever condone anyone that abuses children. And because I turned my back on my daughter and my ex and his family, I lost the right to see my grandchildren. But that's okay because my grandchildren know how much their gran loves them. I wouldn't change any of my actions. So yeah, sometimes bullies have been on the end of bullying themselves, and they think the only way to survive is to bully others. And it's the same with abuse. Abusers can either, somebody that's been through abuse can turn that around and make it a positive and help others that have gone through abuse, which is what I did. Some other people who've gone through abuse turn out to be abusers. And it all goes to how strong we are deep within ourselves and the people that support us, which is why I wanted to start up the Purple Hearts Unite movement here on TikTok and Facebook. Because if I can help other people that have gone through bullying and abuse, then a life might even be saved. So what you've went through, Lacey, you can turn that into a positive by helping others that have gone through the same thing. Well, my oldest granddaughter keeps in touch. She's 18 now. My other two are still a bit young, but my oldest granddaughter passes on messages. I don't see her as often as I would like to see her, but she's just passed her driving test, so every now and again she will drive through and see me. But it's not as often as I would like, but at least she keeps the link between me and my other two grandchildren open. Lacey, you're so welcome. But yeah, do make sure you follow me, Lacey. I will follow you back. I love helping other people that have gone through abuse or bullying. If I can help in any way, shape or form, my inbox is always open. That brings us to the end of my live readings tonight. But I am back on Wednesday evening, round about 10:30 p.m. UK time. In the meantime, if you would like a profile reading because you haven't been able to get a reading on my live, one, make sure that you follow me. Two, I will follow you back. Once I follow you back, you can go to my pinned post here on TikTok and ask for a card reading. It's the second pinned post on my profile. I'll then add you to my readings list, and then I go through that readings list and I do short little mini profile readings on my profile, and I'll tag your name in your reading. You'll see all my previous profile readings on my profile. You'll know it's my genuine profile and not a fake account that my exes have maybe done in the past, because I have my website on my profile. If it doesn't have my website link on my profile, it's not my genuine account. My genuine account has Lady Moonlight at the top, the Mystic Witch at the bottom of my profile photo. I also have a profile photo that says I will never DM you for readings or money. And then under that, I will have my website. I also have, well, the last count, I also have 4,700 followers. So if I've got anything less than 4,700 followers, it's a fake account, don't follow it. Oh, thank you, Firefly. I've loved everyone. Hello, Kimmy Noel. Oh, thank you. Okay, to get a reading, I'm finishing my live just now, but to get a reading, you can join me live on Wednesday evening from 10:30 p.m. UK time, or you can follow me here on TikTok. Once I follow back, if you go to my pinned post, which is my second pin post, it has readings list on there. Ask for a reading, a card on there. I'll add you to my readings list, and I'll do a little mini profile reading for everyone on that list in my spare time. So that's the two ways that you can get a reading. That's my free readings. People can also book full readings, but they're not free. So I hope that that helps everyone. Oh, thank you, Kimmy. Please send me a follow so that I can follow you back. Okay, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. Thank you to everyone who has had a reading tonight. For the follows, I'm going to be following everyone back after this live that has followed me, so that anyone that hasn't had a reading tonight and they want a profile reading can go to my profile. The reason I have my comments limited on my posts here on TikTok is because of my ex's abusive family. They do try and get onto my social media, whether it's here on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, to leave nasty comments. So they're all blocked, but they sometimes set up fake accounts to try and get me off Facebook, TikTok, or whatever. And they sometimes leave nasty comments, but they always get blocked. But you'll know it's my genuine account if it's got my website link on there. You need 1,000 followers to have a website link. So a lot of fake accounts have less than 1,000 followers, so they don't have that link. And there's only one website link attached to the Mystic Witch, and that's mine. So I hope that helps everyone. I'm going to go off and enjoy the rest of my evening with my wonderful partner. Thank you to everyone for joining me tonight. You have been all amazing. I'll be back Wednesday evening doing more lives. Tomorrow during the day and tomorrow evening I will probably be doing profile readings. So make sure that you follow and I follow you back so that you can get a profile reading. Love and blessings, everyone, and thank you all for joining me. You too, Firefly, take care. Thank you, Jessica, for the roses. Yay, Firefly's on it. So proud of you, Firefly. Go do that. Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you, everyone. Mwah. Sending everyone love and blessings. And I look forward to doing another live with you all on Wednesday evening. Till then, take care, everyone. I also do a card of the day every day on my profile, so do make sure you follow me. Love and blessings. See you all soon. Night, everyone. Sleep well.